Hello? Hello, hello, hello. Can you guys hear me? Hello, X-Power. Hello, Mania. You cannot hear me. Okay. Microphone. Okay, so I cannot be heard. Oh. Okay. Let me turn this down, actually. It sounds a little bit... a little bit loud. Can you hear me now? Is this still all good? Just let me know. Greetings, everyone. Greetings. Just need to be able to make sure that I can be heard. Okay, brilliant. I'll wait just a minute for other people to get into the live stream, and then we can start. And I'm very, very excited to bring this to you guys. This is the Drama Dome 2024. And I will explain everything, what the Drama Dome is, and all the rest in due time. This is probably going to take a while, but we're going to walk through it as we go along. Yeah, 2024 has been a wild year for downfalls. It really has. And I think it's about time. It's that time of year where we need to look back at the downfalls and really see what's been going on. So we're going to do that. I'm going to do that in due time. And I guess without further ado, I mean, maybe it just makes sense to get into it. Yeah, everyone's been getting cancelled this year. It's been a really big year for cancellations. As you guys will soon see, we're going to go back from the 1st of January 2024 to talk about a total of 32 content creators that have been cancelled this year. There have been a good few. Some of these I'm sure you'll know, some of these I'm sure you probably won't. And it's going to be up to us today to determine who has had the biggest downfall of the year. And there's several different criteria that we're going to have to, I guess, go through. Yeah, honestly, 3 a month, it seemed like some weeks there were way more. Like there were other options. There were other options. It's not like I was stretched for ideas. Right. So without further ado, let's okay. That's not what I want. There we go. Woo! And is everything... Let me just monitor all of this. There we go, so that's good. That's all good. Okay, I think if we are good to go, if we're good to go, then we can begin looking, as long as there's no audio problems or anything. We can begin. My voice is sounding weird. Okay. Good to know. Okay. There we go. Is this good now? I think I've just sorted the problem. Wait, that's audio inputs. It's fine right now? You sound a bit echoey. Is that echoes? Okay. Audio input capture. Microphone. Great now. Yeah, I think I put on the I think I put in two I think I added my microphone twice. Okay, well, let's get through this. Okay, this is the reveal. This is the grand awaited reveal of the Drama Dome. If you guys don't know, I did this last year, and I believe it was Illuminati who won the entire thing. She went on a great run and won the entire tournament. So these are this year's contestants. Here we go. Here we have it. We have the likes this year. These guys have been randomly seeded. Cody Ko, Moist Critical, Dr. Disrespect, Quackity, In Praise of Shadows, Watcher, YaNike, Master Oogway, Jack Doherty, Wilbur Soot, Sean Evans, Johnny Somali, Puns, Hawk Tuah, Dogpack, Chuggaaconroy, KatyBugs, MrBeast, Ludwig, Daisy Marquez, Boogie, Vorsh, Anthpo, Marquez Brownlee, Ava Chris Tyson, I'm Alex, Anthony Fantano, Asmongold, Logan Paul, KSI, JCS, and Ilimation. We have got all of these guys to go through. Some of these controversies are more than others, right? Some of these are like really, really big. Some of these are not big whatsoever. Some of these are like little, little things, right? Yeah, so these really do range. Some of these, you might go, why is this on here? And I'll explain why they've been on. And I guess, actually, without further ado, I'll go into the walkthrough. Right, so this is basically, these are the criteria, right? So each pair will go up against each other in tournament style. I'll make the case for each. I'll tell you guys why they've been cancelled. And I've got some visual aids to go along with it. So you guys will be able to come along with me. I have just realized this. Wait, let me check if I can change this in the settings. I've just realized this live stream is not monetized for some reason. And I would like to monetize it. I don't know if that's possible. I might have to do it afterwards. Wait, here we go. On. There we go. All right. So anyway, so each pair will go up against each other in a tournament style. I'll make the case for each. You will vote. The winner advances to the next round. Chime in to chat if you have any additional info or you just want to discuss it. And then think about, when we're classifying who's had the biggest fall off, we're talking about the size of the controversy, right? So how much media coverage did this get? What type of controversy was it? Because sometimes there have been, sometimes there are like really big controversies, like, but they're not actually that, I don't know, important. So say, for example, Lunchly was a huge controversy, but it wasn't like the type of controversy. There's been way worse things done on YouTube than Lunchly, for example. Think about the size of the channel. The bigger they are, the harder they fall, so they say. If someone with 1,000 subscribers got cancelled or something, it's probably not such a big deal. If someone with a lot of subscribers went down, it's probably a bigger downfall. Think about their reputation before and after the controversy, right? So there are some people on the internet that have had amazing reputations and then something happened and it just changed overnight. There's a few of these guys on here that had squeaky clean reputations and then they didn't. There are other people, like say a Logan Paul, for example, who's already got a pretty naff reputation. Things just got worse. Have they uploaded since? This is probably about the severity too. Like, some of these guys have not re-uploaded ever since. And have there been any legal repercussions? I know last year, what was her name? Who was it? Last year, Ruby Frankie, she got arrested. Right, I think a few of these people have been in legal trouble. So, think about that too. you know, that's an important factor. Can I? Yeah, the Watcher controversy hit them pretty hard. It did. If at any point anyone, for whatever reason, wants to donate, I believe I have donations on. If I don't, then I'm kind of fucking up a little bit here. But if anyone does want to donate, it is by no means expected, but it is greatly appreciated. It really does help me out. I'm a small independent channel. So all and any donations are extremely greatly appreciated. However, it's by no means expected whatsoever. Who do I think is going to win? Great question, Moon. I don't know, and I don't want to predict anything because I don't want to like influence what you guys have to say. Let me see if I can get on this because basically what's going to happen is I'm going to put out a poll eventually. Once we're done talking, I'm going to put out a poll and you guys can vote. Engage with your audience. Yes, start a poll. Okay. Yeah, let's hope Dr. Thugger Dre is back and he can donate to me. That would be very, very fun. But anyway, without further ado, let's get onto the Drama Dome, right? So we have up first. Let me just mute this background music so it's not annoying me. Just give me a second, guys. There we go. Okay, so up first we have Cody Ko. I've actually got this here, guys. I've actually got a way to, I guess, show you guys all on Photoshop. I went through and I created 32 different I don't know, pages or whatever, so we can go through this together. Popular YouTuber Cody Ko steps down from his podcast network following allegations that he had sex with an underage influencer. Right? So the story here is that when Cody Ko was 25 years old, he allegedly had sex with Tana Mojo, who was 17 at the time. Cody Ko, of course, was a huge channel. He has millions of subscribers, and he has not uploaded since. This is a bit of a Photoshop PowerPoint. He's not uploaded since. I think he's done some DJ work ever since. But yeah, his reputation has been completely tarnished. It says here, we'll just say Cody Ko. The YouTuber better known as Cody Ko will be stepping away from day-to-day operations at Tiny Meat Gang Studios, TMG Studios, the podcast network that he co-founded following the allegations he had sex with an underage influencer when he was 25. I do not know where Cody Ko lives. Someone says here 17 is legal in almost every state. I'm not too sure the legal ramifications, but this is like ethically. A lot of people were very upset with him because they thought that ethically the 7-year age gap, a 25-year-old and a 17-year-old, wasn't really what they thought of him as. They also, I believe he also had someone who had been accused of straight up like SA at his wedding. That came out just before. So he was in trouble before then, and then yeah, the Tana Mojo situation came out. I remember that what was it? The YouTube drama subreddit was talking about this non-stop. And then no YouTubers were commenting on it until, I think it was, what was his name? D'Angelo. It was D'Angelo finally did. And then the floodgates were opened and Cody Ko was completely cancelled. In June, influencer Tanamojo, 26, alleged that Cody Ko, 33, had sex with her while she was underage. Ko has not made a statement addressing allegations, but he has faced mounting backlash in recent weeks. He's lost around 250,000 subscribers in the last 30 days, according to Social Blade. He did not respond when asked to comment. The content of the departure post was initially set as an email to TMG Studios employees on Friday morning. Cody Ko probably, honestly, I do not think that Cody Ko will be coming back. I do not think so. I'm sure that he's probably made enough money. He recently had a child. I watch his content quite a lot. I did like his content. I think that he's probably got enough in life so that he doesn't need to carry on. He also, I believe that despite the fact he's walked away from TMG Studios, I believe that he still earns revenue from all of the merch that gets sold. So, is it the biggest downfall? I'm not entirely sure. But I don't think he's coming back. His reputation has been tarnished. And yeah, I don't know. It's a bit of a rough one. Again, he was someone who was so beloved on YouTube. This is the first time I'm talking about it. A lot of these cases, I guess you guys get to see my very first reaction to it. So yeah, I think that's enough if you guys are happy with that. Moist Critical. So this is an interesting one. This one will probably be kind of controversial. Moist Critical, if you don't remember, he had a controversy a couple of months ago where he was on a Discord call with a guy called Sneeko, who is a pretty infamous kind of grifter. He's known, hello, Hilda Norway. Moist Critical went on a Discord call with a guy called Sneeko, and they had a debate. And the debate was that Sneeko believed, and it's crazy that Sneeko wasn't cancelled for this, but Moist Critical was. Sneeko believed that when it came to, I guess, transitions for children, he thought that it was more ethical for children to get married than for them to have gender transitions. Moist Critical took the opposite approach. He says that he didn't know that they were going to be, like, he didn't know this was being recorded, and he came out and said he had no issue whatsoever with children having gender-altering surgery, and then a lot of people turned on him saying, like, oh, it's not fair on the kids and stuff, there needs to be an age limit, for example. So just to give you guys a, let's read what this Redditor had to say. This is the TLDR from Redditor. Dude took a hard stance in a debate with Sneeko after being a more middle-of-the-road on complex social issues. People have called out Moist Critical in the past for being very kind of milquetoast, fence-sitting, doesn't really give any strong opinions out. Moist Critical thought that saying little kids fully transitioning was no big deal, like switching teams in sports. Half his chat called him out, so he backtracked after deleting the stream, saying of course he doesn't believe that kids can fully transition. He didn't understand the question. This led to his other half of his chat calling him out, so he was stuck in the middle, kind of caught on both sides here. Now he's stuck in the middle, getting crap from both sides. He isn't used to getting the kind of negativity. It was clearly affecting him, so he actually took a break. So if you see here, he said that he was going to go on, an indefinite hiatus from the official podcast and Red Thread. He's going to scale back the time he spent on the internet. And yeah, this was a really big controversy for whatever reason. I mean, it's a lot of people were not happy that he said he thought that kids could transition without any repercussions. You know, his chat kind of turned sour on him. And then again, the other half did when he was like, oh, actually, it's not exactly what I meant. Then the other side went for him. So he was kind of caught in the crossfire between both. So, for the first time tonight, we are going to start a poll. Who had the bigger downfall? And I want you guys in chat to vote. I think this one's going to be pretty decisive, but I'm a man of democracy. So let's go. Cody Ko or Moist Critical for the first time tonight. Let's see it. Who had the bigger downfall? I'll give it like a minute. Maybe I'll put a timer on or something. I'll put a 90-second timer on. I don't want to waste too much time doing this. 90 seconds, minute and a half. And we will see who you guys have to say. Can I do this? No. Hello to someone's from Hawaii. Hello, hello, hello. Cody will never come back. He's behind the scenes. Yeah, I think Cody Ko is gone. I think he's a goner. Again, I don't think he has to work again. I don't think he has to come back to YouTube. I think he's made his buck. Moist Critical's more than made his buck. But he's since made tons of videos and stuff. He uploads at least once a day. It seems as though this one is a pretty big slam dunk for Cody Ko. 95% of people, so one person has voted for Moist Critical, everyone else has voted for Cody Ko, and therefore, for the first time tonight, we have the first person into our... This will be the is it quarters? Round of 16, quarters, semis. Oh no, wait, no. Round of 16, quarters, semis. Yeah, okay, so we got our first person in the round of 16. That is going to be Cody Ko. My ears just hurt. All right, all right. Yeah, I mean, I realistically think that this was always going to go this way. Again, some of these matchups aren't perfect. Some of these are just kind of like that. Some of them are going to be slam dunk. Some of them are probably going to be quite 50-50. So up next, we have another predator here. Someone who is also accused of some pretty awful stuff. We have Dr. Disrespect. Dr. Disrespect, here we go. Would have made more sense to put Nerd City. I don't know who Nerd City is. Yeah, guys, this is why I asked you in my community post who had the biggest fall off, and everyone was saying one or two names. Dr. Disrespect was one of them, so I think he's going to go pretty far in this tournament. So let's see what Dr. Disrespect did. Actually, I'll do this. Dr. Disrespect knowingly sent explicit messages to a minor, former Twitch employee says. Banned from Twitch in 2020 over inappropriate texts to an underage girl, the streamer continues to insist that he did nothing wrong. If you remember back to 2020, he was saying that he and his wife had split up, I think, because he had cheated. Right. I am not going to accuse Dr. Disrespect of cheating on his wife with a minor. However, when he is alleged to have done this activity with a minor, it's around the time that he admitted that he cheated with his wife. Right. So that doesn't look great for him. That doesn't look great for him. Let's see what else it says. So it says here, this got leaked this year in I believe it was June 2024. I was potentially going to make a video about this, but this was around VidCon time, and I didn't have enough time to make the video. So in the end, I didn't. This was around the time I was making my Lindsay Ellis and my Master Oogway video. So I was going to make a video about this. Everyone was making a video about it, though, so, you know, I didn't really feel the need. And so, yeah, so in a lengthy statement on Tuesday, Beam, I think his name is pronounced Guy Beam, confirmed that in 2017 he had conversations with a minor that sometimes leaned too much in the direction of being inappropriate. Were there Twitch whisper messages with an individual minor back in 2017? The answer is yes. Were there real intentions behind these messages? Absolutely not. So he's saying that he messaged a minor, but he didn't intend to go any further. Believe what you will. Believe what you will. Beam added, nothing illegal happened, no pictures were shared, no crimes were committed, I never met the individual. He went through a lengthy arbitration process with Twitch. Yeah, because actually, Dr. Disrespect, if I'm not mistaken in saying, he was able to get a lot of money from like a Twitch settlement. They had signed him up to this monster contract and then they fired him, but I do believe that he probably had a gag clause in there, because it's strange that Twitch never came out to reveal this. He probably had some sort of clause in there when they got him out of his contract to say, you guys can't talk about this. I would bet he probably did. And yeah, they got him out of his contract. They probably bought him out, so they must have paid him like a lot of money to like leave his contract early. So that's not good for him. Doesn't look good for him. This was, I believe this was his most recent video down here, the 23,000 likes, 32,000 dislikes. He's not liked by a lot of people, but he still does have some fans, and he still is making content. And he's going head to head with Quackity. Quackity, nice little picture of him in the middle. So Quackity in February this year was exposed. Let me zoom out a little bit. It says here, YouTuber Quackity has responded to accusations from multiple moderators on his private Minecraft server named QSMP. Moderators allege they were underpaid and overworked. So according to, let's just read this down here. According to claims online, QSMP had multiple unpaid moderators working behind the scenes to run the server. Their stories quickly exploded on social media, with the QSMP trending on Twitter with over 75,000 posts. This was around, like, the fucking Minecraft exodus. This was around the time that all the Minecrafters were just getting absolutely taken to the cleaners. So what Quackity was doing was he was running this SMP, one of the biggest SMPs, and he wasn't paying people that were putting in serious hours to make it run. Says down here, popular Minecraft server by YouTuber Quackity explodes in controversy after moderators revolt. They were underworked, underpaid and overworked. He did pledge that people were going to get paid from that point forward. So, you know, I hope they did. Says up here, on the 29th of February, a 22-year-old French moderator called Lee started to share her experience working on the QSMP. According to tweets written in French, she started as a volunteer. She then became an employee, making roughly $183 a month. She claims that server managers needed her to consistently be available to pick up various types of work, including voicing characters, designing art, helping write the server storylines. So this dude, who's like a probably multi-millionaire, was kind of stiffing his staff. You know, apparently he had dominion of this QSMP, but he just didn't know that he was running a server, he wasn't good at it, he didn't pay people. Yeah. So according to QSMP policies, so in the tweets it says QSMP eventually fired Lee 2 weeks ago because it got leaked on stream that she spoke to a YouTuber. According to the policies, moderators are forbidden to talking to streamers. Over the next week, QSMP fired Leah. Other moderators would come forward with their own stories. A lot of us admins are eager to work with our favorite content creators, that we aren't seeing the problems. It might be a breach of power. You know, it might be a breach of power that these moderators just really want to work with, say, Quackity or other people from the Dream SMP, and then they get paid absolutely nothing. Here's some Reddit posts from Dream server. Dream's fans do not like this guy. His irresponsibility makes me completely not sorry for his position. It was his job to do so much better and he failed. Truly the classic, we didn't know there was child labor, excuse that makes me sick. I suspect if he's truly this ignorant, truly this uninvolved, it seems highly plausible. I won't speculate, to be fair. I don't believe him. You don't go a year with your name on the brand taking credit for this server changing the community, and then you come out and say you don't actually have anything to do with it. It's his server. It's his job to know what's going on, and if he doesn't know it, then he has no business running it, and he needs to dismantle the server immediately. People who believe him, says he didn't know. How does he know when they're not being paid? What magic money tree? The dude was probably, I've got to assume, like, this was content for him. He was probably making money off of this server. So, you know, he's not paying his staff. And he's also, yeah, as these Dream stands were saying, he comes out and he's like, oh, this is my server, you know, I'm doing great for the community. And then when there's criticism against him, he's like, oh, I didn't know this was going on. So you kind of have to choose one. So, for the second time tonight, Pozo, I believe Quackity still does stuff on the internet. Let me just check his channel. His last upload was 2 years ago. He probably streams on Twitch. I've got to assume he streams on Twitch. Got to assume he streams on Twitch. There's no way he doesn't. Okay, well, for the second time tonight, I think this one's also going to be a slam dunk, but again, I am a man of the people. So, talking to minors or stiffing minors? What are we saying? I think this one's going to be pretty slam dunk. Again, a lot of these don't really match up. A lot of these aren't the most competitive. Someone in the chat is defending Dr. Disrespect. We got 15 to 85, 86 to 14. If any YouTubers are watching this, hit me up and we can hop in a Discord call or something. And we can talk about this together. It'd be quite nice to have a bit of a discussion about this with some other creators. But of course, if it doesn't happen, if no one else is watching, then that's fine. Yeah, I mean, Quackity, let me see if I found his, let's see Quackity Twitch. Dr. Disrespect is, you know, he still is making content though. That's the thing, is, he's, okay, Quackity last streamed 13 days ago, so he's definitely not been too impacted by this. He also has 6.4 million followers. He's getting hundreds of thousands of views per VOD, so he's completely fine. Neither of these guys, maybe Dr. Disrespect is kind of screwed outside of his community, but people still, he still has a loyal fan base. I think Dr. Disrespect is going to take that one. I don't see any coming back for Quackity. So Dr. Disrespect, that's tasty. I'll tell you what, Dr. Disrespect and Cody Ko in the second round, that is a tasty matchup we have already. So, oh, this is awesome. This is maybe one of the best ones from the first round. I won't lie to you guys. In praise of shadows. Do you guys know this guy's story? Lord Boneman, I'm sorry guys, basically I'm not going to be able to go back and tell you guys if you've just joined the stream. Every round I'll go back over, but probably shorter and shorter each time. And we're just going to have to move on. So, in Praise of Shadows, if you don't know this guy, he made this video down here, the bad conservative horror movies, and he made a video where he basically, yeah, he was making points about conservative takes in horror movies, and then throughout the video, he had like a massive section on Wendigoon, who you can see right there, and how Wendigoon like, I think he was basically alleging that Wendigoon was like this kind of far right, gun nut, crazy guy who was part of the Boogaloo Boys, allegedly started the Boogaloo Boys, putting him on the same kind of wavelength as, yeah, these far right kind of crazy guys. So let's have a little look of what some of the allegations are. Guys catching flack for making wildly broad strokes, such as he's from Appalachia, so he's a racist. That was an accusation that he made. He said, basically, for Wendigoon, he doesn't trust him because Wendigoon is from Appalachia. He thought that if you're from Appalachia, therefore you are racist. Really horrible generalization. Given that Wendigoon is a fairly popular personality on YouTube, this aggravated his fan base, led to a proxy war in the comments. He claimed that Wendigoon wasn't actually Native American. He said that he lied about that. He claimed that Wendigoon's father was rich. He claimed, yeah, he had Wendigoon's age wrong, whatever. Claimed that Wendigoon supports and was part of the Boogaloo Boys, who was a far right group, and it was a really bad hit piece. If you are part of the YouTube drama subreddit, they fucking hate Wendigoon, so I can see where this guy might have got his idea from. Let's just say that. Feels like it's based, yeah, Wendigoon leans right politically. He tries to distance himself and his political beliefs from his channels, except he's pro-gun. Wendigoon, very big content creator. He was actually in the chat last year. He was actually in the chat for last year's Drama Dome. He's outwardly a Christian. He's outwardly likes guns. He outwardly hangs out with right-leaning figures. You know, he's probably a conservative, right? But just being in that, does it mean that he deserved to be called far-right by In Praise of Shadows? No. In Praise of Shadows went on like a 6-month hiatus after that. He didn't upload for months on end. And even now, he's probably hated by, like, most people. He came off... The thing is with his video is it came off as, like, really... it seemed like he had another problem. It seemed like he was kind of projecting onto Wendigoon some other problem that he had in his life. It seemed like Wendigoon was just kind of there to be the punching bag. And then fucking YouTube drama got on top of it, and they were like, oh, Wendigoon's not telling his fans to stop. It's his fault. Which was crazy. Yeah, he really did come out and he shot himself in the foot, and I don't know if he's going to be able to recover from this. He's probably going to be known as the guy who made this awful video essay, made horribly broad strokes about Appalachians, and as someone who's been to Appalachia, you know, I've not lived there. I have seen some things that I would deem to be racism there, but I've also seen some people that I thought were extremely nice there. So I don't really know what he was doing. He really messed up, and it seemed like quite cruel, the video that he put out. I don't know why he did it, but he got completely and utterly shat on. I think he also had some sort of concern with Brandon Buckingham. He made some sort of accusation that turned out to be wrong against Brandon Buckingham too, but yeah, it was a really rough cancellation, and yeah, he got completely and utterly destroyed afterwards. Speaking of getting destroyed, Watcher, this was a really big one a couple of months ago. Watcher, if you don't know, these guys, I think the guy in the middle and the guy on the right, or maybe all three of them, used to do BuzzFeed Unsolved. I believe I'm getting this right. So they used to do BuzzFeed Unsolved, yeah. And they then left BuzzFeed, as everyone did, and they made their own channel. And then from there, they made a bunch of videos that got really popular. And then they decided to launch a streaming service and say basically to their fans on YouTube, we're going to this streaming service. If you can't pay $5.99 a month, see you later. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Which was crazy. So it says here, Watcher fans spark outrage after ditching YouTube to launch streaming service. Watcher Entertainment has drawn millions of fans for their unscripted and comedic videos on YouTube. Now the studio's 3 creators have drawn the ire of a significant number of them. On Friday, Watcher announced in 2019 by former BuzzFeed hosts Stephen Lin, Ryan Bergara, and Shane Madej, announced they were going forward. 4 seasons of new shows will be available only on a streaming service, priced at $5.99 a month or $60 a year. They said they'll still upload the first episodes of new season of shows like Ghost Files, Mystery Files, Road Files, and Puppet History, and the archive of existing videos will remain on YouTube. To which someone on Reddit said, do they really expect viewers to be happy about this? People are already experiencing streamer burnout and whatnot, struggling to afford basics like groceries. $60 a year for something that used to be free is wild. So here's the thing with Watcher. There are so many streaming services now. There are so many streaming services right now. It was completely unfair of them, and I'm glad they have realized this now. It was completely unfair of them to expect their audience, who have watched them for years, to head over to a streaming service and pay another $60 a year. If you're paying for Spotify, you're paying for like Amazon Prime, you're paying for Netflix, for Disney, maybe if you're a fan of YouTube like Nebula or Dropout, now Watcher. There's so many streaming services at this point. If I was Watcher, team up with Nebula. Right, team up with Nebula. Do something like that. In the current economic climate we live in, where like young people especially, who are probably the people that are watching their content, don't really have access to money and resources, something like Watcher is, you know, it's a source of joy in the
stream with my friends.
What the hell?
Who are just...
Oh yeah, Watcher is like a source of joy in their life, and they try to take it away just like that, just saying like, thanks for the memories, see you later, we're going and we're gonna make some money. So yeah, I think with that, let's put this up. Start the poll. Again, guys, whilst you guys are voting on that, I'll say it once again, just to remind you guys, I'll probably say this every like 45 minutes or so, just you know, because it'd be nice to anyway. Again, I would love some donations, but they are by no means expected. They're just very much appreciated. If you have a donation or whatever, you got some spare cash, send it my way. Very appreciated, not expected whatsoever though. And have a little vote. In Praise of Shadows is currently in the lead. Watcher, though, does have a couple of votes too, so this one's definitely the closest we have seen so far. I'm also going to link this on my Instagram whilst you guys are doing this. Give you guys just another minute. Maybe I'll get a cool little angle on it or something for the Instagram. Oh, yeah, it's big. Yes, there we go. Okay. Where do I put link? Link. There we go, link. Paste. I'm live. Maybe we can get some people from my Instagram to come over. If you guys aren't following me on Instagram though, definitely do, at FoxAkimbo. I will put it there. I will put a little at FoxAkimbo. Woo! So yeah, anything, what would I say? Yeah, if you want to follow me on Instagram, follow me there. Do I have a PayPal you can donate to? Maybe at some point I'll like set up a PayPal or something. I don't really have one for FoxAkimbo. I don't know if I can give out my personal one. I don't really know like the laws and ethics of this kind of stuff. But anyway, as I say that, let's get back to seems as though In Praise of Shadows has won this one with about what percentage of the poll? Praise of Shadows has won with about 70, about 80% of the poll actually. It was not as close as I thought it was going to be. But with that, In Praise of Shadows has joined Dr. Disrespect and Cody Ko. Into the round of 16, 8, 4. Into the round of 16, In Praise of Shadows goes. On to the next one. YaNike. Now, these guys, I have to assume that you probably won't know. Hilda Norway, goodbye. See you later. Thank you for coming along. YaNike. Completely unacceptable. Brussels YouTuber pours gunk over metro passengers again. Brussels YouTuber YaNike has been arrested again. So basically this guy, if you don't know this guy, right, he is a very small YouTuber with, I believe, about 1,000 subscribers who try to make prank videos by pouring buckets of shit, literal poop, excrement, onto unsuspecting passengers on Belgian metros. This guy is the scum of the earth. Right, he is the scum of the earth. His series of offensive prank videos sparked public outrage and previously led to his arrest in January. So I had initially... Yeah, he should be in prison. He should be literally in prison. Sparked public outrage and previously led to his arrest in January on suspicion of intentional battery and injury, property damage, and destruction of property by force. Despite that, legal action and the removal of his previous content from social media platforms, YaNike has continued to pursue online notoriety and allegedly kept assaulting people in videos. Belgian media reported that it appeared as though he consciously targeted vulnerable persons, and because of that, the public prosecutor in Brussels had additional claims to his file. The investigating judge indicted him for non-compliance with his conditions of release, including alleged abusive treatment, unruly behavior, possession of prohibited weapons, causing intentional injury, destruction of public property, destruction of what was termed dangerous-looking substances. The judge decided to keep him in custody in Harren prison on the basis that YaNike continued to pose a threat to public safety. Despite his efforts, YaNike has only managed to gain a relatively small following on social media. Right, let me have a little look if I can find his channel and send it over. Oh, actually, yeah. Moist Critical made a video on this guy. So, this is his channel. Don't harass him or anything, even though he is an awful human being. Do not harass him. 2.2 thousand subscribers is what we're working with. He is going to prison for 2,000 subscribers. What a waste of space. He is an absolute waste of space. And here's the thing about him, though, as well, is that YaNike, right, it's probably illegal for him to now make videos. He's gotten in legal trouble. He does not have many followers, so let's be honest, like, his downfall isn't going to be as maybe severe as someone who has like tons and tons of subscribers, but he's probably like, he's making himself, he's gotten himself into legal trouble, and he also can't make any, he can't make any more videos, because if he does, he goes back to prison. Balaroth, you say the bills can't be that high, right? But he's with 2,000 subscribers, he's probably not making any money. You need 1,000 to get monetized. He won't get the views. So it's him versus, oh god, this is an interesting one. Master Oogway. Now, if you guys have watched my videos, you will know that I have had a Master Oogway video down here. This is my video, the thumbnail for my video. So a few months ago, Master Oogway, a content creator you probably know about, he's known for making dark humor but spiraled downhill when he said the N-word. Real deal. Everyone hated him. He said his point was that he could make... Okay, so this guy, basically, he initially started making videos pretending to be Master Oogway. Right, so he would do a Master Oogway impression over a clip of Kung Fu Panda. He then started spamming like meme formats and stuff. He got really, really like millions of subscribers because kids would find it and they would just subscribe to him. He would basically make like a meme template, put it out on YouTube and just fucking spam it like 100 times over. He then says the N-word for a song, Hard R. Right, he says, Adolf Hitler is my N. Okay. People don't like him for that. He gets, I believe, like, demonetized or maybe even kicked off YouTube at that point. I think it's demonetized. And then he goes out on Twitter and he starts making transphobic jokes. He's got a crazy amount of entitlement. He thinks that he's this YouTube god. I've actually spoken to a creator who was he was in a group chat with this guy, and he said he was like, Master Oogway is so up his own ass. It's insane. Yeah, he's really entitled. He thinks that he is honestly like the biggest comedian in the world. He's so dead set that he's like this genius when he's actually just like completely spammed and taken advantage of kids, basically. And then he got terminated. He got his YouTube account terminated. He had millions of subscribers. Now he has 0. He has absolutely 0. His justification for saying the N-word was that allegedly, his great-great-great-great-grandparents were slaves in the Ottoman Empire. He is Dutch-Turkish, not black. Let's just say that. He's not black. Like, I don't know, a lot of people think he can't say, oh, sorry, he didn't take advantage of kids in a sexual manner. What he did was he just spammed meme formats and stuff, and kids would just watch it. They would completely eat it up. So I guess like not even taking advantage or whatever, but he's catered his like content. He wouldn't say he did, but he definitely did. It's definitely children who are watching him. He wasn't actually that funny. Just purely, I know comedy is a subjective thing, but he's just not. And he would just, yeah, basically, if you want more information, watch my video on it. Yeah, he basically just said stuff that people find offensive and annoying. And then he went too far when he said the N-word and he got banned. But his content, basically, I think he actually got banned because his content was deemed as spam and like repetitive. So, yeah, let's see. Let's see who you guys think. We have someone who is now in serious legal trouble because they're pouring buckets of shite in Belgium. And we have Master Oogway, who is... I heard apparently he like has some sort of a nightclub in Turkey or something. I have no clue how true that is. So he might have alternate income sources. YaNike's main income source would have never been YouTube. Master Oogway's probably was. Pozo, Master Oogway is banned now. He's lost the most subscribers because he has 0. But there's, again, I think what you guys are thinking right now, YaNike is winning. Yeah, YaNike... his downfall is probably in the fact that, yeah, he can't make YouTube videos anymore because he will get arrested. YaNike is really the scum of the earth. How delusional do you have to be to think that pouring buckets of waste on people is a prank? Absolutely sickens me. Absolutely sickens me to my core. The worst part is as well, he looks the type. He has this phenotype that just looks like he's going to do that kind of thing. I'm not even... Maybe it's the hair. He's probably worse than Mizzy. Mizzy, if you remember my video on Mizzy, I actually spoke to Mizzy. And Mizzy's on the redemption. He's on the redemption path. This guy... This is just cruel. I have no idea what he was thinking. He's absolutely scum of the earth. And I have no sympathy for him. I really do hope that the Belgian law enforcement throw the book in on him. I hope he goes away for, you know, not like the rest of his life, but I seriously hope they put him away for some time. There is no excuse. There is zero excuse for that. Innocent people that you're just like... It's a biohazard and you're also humiliating them. Pretty traumatic too. Massa Uguay, yeah, he's a bit of a... Yeah, he's a bit of an idiot. Do I agree with chat? I mean, it's 60-40 right now. Maybe I'm going to head... to fill up some water. And I will leave this for now for you guys to vote, because right now it is kind of close. When I come back, we'll end the poll, and then we'll move on to... Oh, it's a good lineup. It's a good lineup. Jack Doherty versus Wilbur Soot. That's going to be an interesting one. I want to see what you guys think. Okay, here we go. Here we go. YaNike has won. YaNike has won the poll. So, we are going to have a In Praise of Shadows versus YaNike round of 16. Lord Bowman, yeah, you are correct. So, Wilbur Soot. Actually, wait, no, we're doing Jack Doherty first, actually, so don't worry about Wilbur Soot. Wilbur Soot is a Minecraft guy. But Jack Doherty up first. He's been in quite a few controversies today, this year, sorry. But his biggest one was that he was driving this car that you can see is completely totaled. It was in the rain. He was driving whilst on his phone. As you can see here, he was on his phone. He was not paying attention to the road on a highway. This happens. He crashes his car. His cameraman, who I don't think I can show on YouTube because he's all bloodied up, the guy who was recording this, bloodied up face. And Jack Doherty was like, oh, don't cut the camera. Don't cut the camera. This is content. So he actually gets banned from Kick. One of the first times ever, gets banned from streaming on Kick for these actions. Jack Doherty is blasted over reckless driving with calls for him to lose his license. He absolutely should lose his license. He should probably see like legal repercussions for this. If I was law enforcement, I would take that video and I would take it to the closest I don't know, judge or whatever. This is video evidence. This is video evidence. He was on a highway and he wasn't paying attention. He could have killed someone. He could have seriously killed someone. Oh yeah, here we go. So your friend's face is gushing with blood. You make sure he's still filming from all angles. He is seriously, he is a psychopath. He is a psychopath. I wouldn't be surprised if he was a psychopath. At what point, if like realistically, right, if this was a facade, if this was a character, this would be the point where you go, oh, actually, dude, let's like camera off or whatever. Like this would be the point where you would change. If this was a character, I don't think this is a character. Not after this. Provided this is all true, which I damn well believe it is because it was live streamed. This is not a character. This is just him. He is an awful, awful human being, and he was banned from Kick. And I would hope that YouTube and Twitch would also ban him if he came on. I don't know if he is on there. Let me check. Let me check YouTube and Twitch. He is on YouTube. And his video about it is monetized. His video about crashing his Lambo, or his whatever it is, McLaren, is monetized on YouTube. That makes me sick. Seriously, that is fucked. That's clapped. Seriously, that should not be allowed. That dude should be demonetized on YouTube. He's put people's lives in danger there. I think you should have thrown the pick on him. His video about crashing his McLaren. Actually, I wouldn't say go watch it now. Don't give him a penny. It's monetized. That is insane. He's also got a live channel on YouTube. So yeah, I honestly cannot believe that. Okay, well, that is crazy, but do you know what's crazier? Wilbur Soot. I want to handle this one very delicately because this is one of the craziest stories of the year. I wouldn't be surprised if Wilbur Soot makes it far in this tournament, bracket thing. Wilbur Soot, if you didn't know, and guys, I don't recommend, like, I don't advocate for you reporting Jack Doherty's videos or anything. I don't advocate for that. If you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it. But like, I don't advocate for anyone in my audience to go to anyone's channels that we're talking about. I don't want to be the judge, jury, and executioner. So, but I seriously think that is messed up that YouTube has monetized that. Wilbur Soot. So he was a massive Minecrafter, huge musician. I loved his music. And in, I think it was February this year, this woman right here on the top right, Shovel, came out to say that she had been abused in a relationship with someone that she wasn't going to name. I had seen this story develop, and I started making a video about it. A video that a video that's changed like my channel. I don't like, this is definitely not about me in the slightest, but I do have a very small part to play in this story. Because I made this video down here. This one in the bottom right is my video. It's the most viewed video on my channel. For a time, it was the most viewed video about the topic. So she comes out, Shelby Grace, comes out and says that Wilbur is... she comes out and says that she was abused in a relationship. People piece together what she was saying. People piece together clues that she had let slip, I guess, in her testimony. There were certain things that she said about him being very like popular, about his ego, about like some hygiene issues that he had, that led them to believe that it was Wilbur Soot. Pressure starts mounting on Wilbur, and eventually he comes out to confirm that the person she was talking about was actually him. At which point, I was already making my video. About, could this be Wilbur? Wilbur comes out and admits it, and it sends the internet into a frenzy, because Wilbur has always been considered a like kind of soft boy, a nice guy, someone who stood up for like women's rights, someone that was like really like I'm with her kind of feminist. And it might have been that he was just playing a character, or this was some sort of a facade. I have no idea. I seriously have no idea what he's like in person. I've spoken to someone who knows him, and they said that he was very nice. They had nothing but good things to say about him. But he is alleged, again, nothing is confirmed, but he did admit in a very like lawyerish message, in which he didn't even mention Shelby Grace by name. He did say, like, I've made some mistakes in the relationship. He said that he had some sort of evidence to back his side, but he never released it, which I do not believe that in the slightest. And then someone came out, someone comes out and then writes, Wilbur admitted to biting, not the abuse. Plus, biting isn't even the worst people can do. Holocaust, and much worse. This is one of the best tweets ever fucking drafted. This is one of the best tweets I have ever seen. So then my video comes out about it. For a time, it was the most popular video on the subject. It's still the most popular video on my channel. It gained like millions of views in a week. And I was able to donate. I decided, because this was the first time I made a video like this, I was like, okay, I don't exactly feel, obviously I need to like, eat, and I need to, I want to, earn revenue off a video in which I'm spending hours and hours and hours making. But I also don't feel good like taking the entire thing. So I decided that I was going to split half of the revenue with a women's like abuse charity, and I actually have a letter from them. I hope you didn't see that. I think, you wouldn't have been able to see that. Basically, it says, "Dear Fox, thank you so much for your generous donation. I'll tell you now how much that video made, actually. It made £2,600. It made £2,600. I was able to donate £1,300 to a women's domestic abuse charity, which I'm really proud of. Like, despite the fact it's a very strange video in my channel's history, but I'm really happy that I was able to try and make a little difference. I can't imagine what Shelby Grace must have gone through, but it was good that this situation was able to, I think it was able to help a lot more in the long run. I think that like women's issues and women's domestic abuse and whatnot was put to the forefront for a while, and other people came out and were able to share their stories. And I think that was like a really good, I think that in the end it was, not such a negative anymore. But Wilbur Soot, from someone who he was touring, he was on top of the world. Lovejoy they were on the brink of something huge, right? They were on the brink of something huge. They had just done Reading Festival. I think they were about to like send out their, first album or something. They had to put that all on hold. Wilbur Soot now is his reputation is tarnished. And it's tough to see if he's ever going to be able to recover that. He has uploaded since, and a lot of people are still pissed off with him. A lot of people are pissed off. So, I guess that's enough talking. This will be an interesting one. Jack Doherty or Wilbur Soot? Who had the biggest fall off? Who had the biggest downfall, should I say? Early chat is going for Wilbur. But Doherty's also getting some votes. So we're voting for Bill. We're voting for the person who had the biggest fall off. Sorry, the biggest downfall, should I say. This controversy is huge. This one is also huge. These are also really, like, realistically, Wilbur Soot, DV. Jack Doherty might have killed someone. However, at the same time, Jack Doherty was always known to be a bit of a twonk, right? He was always known to be a bit of an idiot. And Wilbur was a bit of everyone loved Wilbur. So it looks like there has been a winner. Pozo, I've just gone through Jack. Jack, again, he was what did Jack get famous off doing? He would just start to like pick fights with people. He was just obnoxious in public and stuff, and he'd have like a massive like bouncer or bodyguard next to him. Jack Doherty's a public nuisance. Right, and he also almost killed his cameraman. But it does look like Wilbur Soot's going to win, I think, convincingly-ish. 60-40. I'll give it another minute, and then we'll change. This next one's probably going to be the absolute. This next one will be the probably the biggest clean sweep of the entire time. All right, I think Wilbur's won that. So Wilbur Soot into... Oh no, not YaNike. Wilbur Soot into the next round. Next we have Sean Evans. I'll make this one quick, because Sean Evans... This is definitely the most grasping at straws one I have. Sean Evans, the host of Hot Ones, came into hot water this year because he had a porn star girlfriend. He had a girlfriend who did pornography, Melissa Stratton, and he broke up with her on Valentine's Day. People were not happy that he broke up with a girlfriend on Valentine's Day. Basically, they had a secret relationship, and I believe that the secret got out. And from there, cancelled. And then he was like, okay, well, I'm done with you then. We're breaking up. He didn't want the relationship to be public, and he broke up with her on Valentine's Day. Johnny Somali on the other hand. Johnny Somali, do I need to say? I mean, I feel like he's probably, I need to question, is he a bigger nuisance than YaNike and is he a bigger nuisance than YaNike and Jack Doherty? Johnny Somali will go to East Asian countries and he will completely... He's gone to Israel as well. He makes a nuisance of himself. He'll start pissing people off. He'll start getting, like, even sometimes aggressive. Being horribly disrespectful in public. Picking fights with people. Recently, he keeps getting his ass kicked. Recently, he's gone to Korea and he has... He just keeps getting beaten up by the Koreans. Deccan, thank you very much for the £5 super chat. Bada bing, bada boom. We got our first of the night. Dude, I seriously appreciate it. Thank you very, very much. Really is appreciated. You're a homie for life, Deccan. I appreciate it. You're awesome. Let's see. Latest charge, which was added on the 4th of December, violation of Minor Crimes Act, according to the lawyer known as Legal Mindset, blah, blah, blah. Somali's charges stem from a controversial actions during his streams, including inappropriate behavior at a Korean monument, completely disrespectful to the local culture, a chaotic convenience store incident, and creating AI deepfakes of other streamers. I didn't know about that. He's horribly disrespectful. I remember one time he came up to people in Japan and was like, oh, you guys like lost World War II, oh, like, you know, America's the best, Japan sucks, you're all like, you know, Nagasaki, Hiroshima and stuff. Honestly, waste of space. He deserves to be in prison, I think. Like, there's only so many times where you can disrupt the peace and get away with it. So, yeah, I'm just going to poll this one immediately because I think I know. If you know about Johnny Somali, he does not do Somalis a good name. Let's just say that much. And Somalians do not have a good name to begin with, but he really doesn't help them. Take a vote. And with 9 votes, Johnny Somali is already, yeah, it's 100%. I don't think Sean Evans is going to get, I don't think he's going to get the votes. Johnny Somali probably will be getting arrested, though. He probably will spend some time in South Korean jail, I think, at least. And yeah, I'm quite excited to see that happen. Recently, every time he gets beaten up, it just goes viral now, so. Next up, we have puns. This guy is another Minecrafter. Oh, Sean Evans got 1 vote. Someone thinks. So puns. He got completely done when it came to the what was it called? Like when all the Minecrafters just got shafted. He was one of them. Like all the Minecrafters' ex-girlfriends came out and they were like, he did this, he did that, he did the other. Puns. Gone. So, continuing a streak of allegations against the Dream SMP members, Puerto Rican Twitch streamer Andy VMG accused fellow Minecraft streamer Puns of racism, dubious consent, toxic behavior whilst the pair were in a relationship up until 2022. Andy stated that Puns reportedly emotionally neglected her and subjected her to gaslighting and verbal abuse in their one-year relationship. So she said, I know in the past I said I wouldn't speak about him publicly, sorry. I'm going to keep talking about my experiences and my abuse, emotional mistreatment. I begged to keep it anonymous, but after reflecting on this for a week and seeing so many incredibly smart, strong women tell their stories, so, you know, Shelby Grace stuff going through again. They've given me the strength to say his name. Basically, so what she accused him of, the main things, let's just say the main things. He accused him of racism against her. I think he called her baked beans, let's just say that, right? A slur for, is it South Americans? Mexicans, South Americans? And the close I'll say is baked beans. Work it out yourself. She also accused him of dubious consent. So there was apparently a night where she got very, very drunk. They had sex. She woke up the next day. She didn't remember. He was apparently not as drunk as she was. So she thinks that something might have happened there. Obviously for him, he's going to say like, no, like completely unfair. You consented. I was drunk too. Whatever. However, then this story also takes a bit of a turn because, as it turns out, Andy VMG, who was Puns' ex-girlfriend, was apparently flirting with Dream at the time, right? And Puns revealed this. So it says here, on the 11th of March, Puns released a 3,000-word statement. In one of the paragraphs, the Dream SMP member mentioned friend A, who had flirtatious interactions with Andy VMG. Right. In Andy's Tumblr post, she references herself with a friend of mine who hit her up. My preface is that with friend A, Andy had a flirtatious relationship with before, during, and after our romantic relationship. This creator is much larger than myself and was closely associated with me at the time. This was Dream. Right. So Dream was employing... I say employing. Puns was part of the Dream SMP. Dream was trying to rizz up Pun's girlfriend, and here's the kicker. Puns lived in Dream's house at the time. Puns was getting, like, emasculated by his landlord and also boss. That's at least as much as I, like, understand it. So Dream then posts, he then takes to the Dream Reddit and says this: Puns is my friend. I don't judge him for any harsh words he said about me, especially during an extremely emotional and stressful time. I don't believe for a second that he kept me at arm's distance or we weren't really friends. Puns was saying that they weren't friends because he was like, oh, you know, he's my boss. I'm kind of like, whatever. Friend A was a shitty friend. I regret how I reacted in the Pun situation. I never got a chance to talk about him privately at all. Some of the things he said were incorrect and there were misunderstandings. Others he was dead on with. I figured it was a mistake I made ages ago, something I moved on from, and he never brought it up. Clearly I was wrong. So Puns might have said a slur for Mexicans. He had dubious consent and he was apparently a bad boyfriend. But his girlfriend, when you're flirting with a guy like that and you're going out with Puns, it's absolutely like, you know, she also made some serious mistakes, right? She made some serious mistakes. And I'm not huge on the fact that she wouldn't have owned up to that if Puns didn't say, by the way, you were also trying to flirt with Dream, who is my landlord and boss. Right? So, like, I'll give him some benefit of the doubt. And Puns is going up against Tuah, who is the latest addition. She was a last-minute entry into the Drama Dome 2024. Last, but by no means least, ladies and gents, Tuah, if you don't know, this is in the news right now. Tuah creator Haley Welsh criticised for meme coin launch after price crashes. Haley Welsh, Hawk Tuah apparently puts up a meme coin onto, you know, stock sites and whatnot. And she basically, people put in their money onto Hawk Tuah, right? They're like, oh, I'm gonna pay, you know, I want this Hawk Tuah meme coin. 10 minutes later, coin crashes. She's been accused of like pump and dumping, basically. Welsh's coin immediately hit market capitalization of nearly $500 million before plummeting 95% to $25 million as of Thursday. The coin's price on Thursday afternoon is $0.002439, down from a high on Wednesday evening. The coin launch resulted in big losses. She has scammed her audience. She has scammed her audience. She should not be famous whatsoever. Deadest joke I've ever seen. And yeah, and the second she gets famous, the second the internet's like, oh, let's make you famous, you don't deserve it. She scams her audience. And if she didn't know about it, then she chose the wrong people. And she needs to take responsibility for that. If she didn't know that this was all going to be a scam, because it absolutely was. CoffeeZilla, with more than 3 million subscribers, said in a tense X Space thing that the rollout was one of the most miserable, horrible launches, accusing them of insider trading, which they denied. If it wasn't her intention, then she chose the wrong team, and she needs to take accountability for that. She's in the wrong anyway. She's scammed people. The people that have invested into a coin are morons. They are morons. But she, like, if she's found out to have done insider trading, pump and dump, she should see criminal action for that. Yeah, I think she knew about it. I think she knew about it. So, are we gonna go with dubious consent and Mexican slur? Or are we gonna go for scamming your audience? Puns or Hawk Tuah? The pun stuff, I mean, yeah, the dubious consent stuff is kind of hard because obviously, like, I don't really want to talk about that too much because it's, who knows? You know, I'm definitely not the right person to comment on whether or not puns had consent in what he did. Saying a slur, the B slur, baked beans, definitely not a good thing. But it seems like you guys are pretty confident, pretty dead set. 95% Hawk Tuah. Let's end the poll. No need to carry on there. That's pretty decisive. She should own it. Yeah, she should. If she's found out to be guilty, she should be in prison. Right. Next up, I feel like puns. I feel like Lord Bowman, you're right. There's too many variables that we can't know about. It's just kind of a he said she said for him. Hawk Tuah we know about, and puns as well. Yeah, his ex-girlfriend Andy AMG whatever. Infidelity is always going to be frowned upon. So. Even if it's just flirting. It's still wrong. Dogpack. So who doesn't know about Dogpack? So Dogpack 404 made the very, very famous MrBeast exposed videos. He used to work at MrBeast, now he doesn't. He came out with his videos. The first two were really, really, like, popular. The first one especially, you know, he was able to expose MrBeast for things that people had not exposed him for yet. Things like manipulating child audiences, things like, and probably the biggest thing was his illegal lotteries, right? And also Delaware. If you guys don't know, I did a live stream where I reacted to the MrBeast interview. You can find that on my channel under live. But then Dawson makes a third video where he accuses... Yeah, he did kickstart MrBeast sample. Dawson accuses... what was it? It was like one of the higher-ups of like... Was it SA? Or something like that? Here we go, let's read this. Dogpacker's situation is something that you think. Before he was told before publishing the video not to put allegations by his source. He pushed forward because he had heard the rumors that this guy had domestic abuse charges from his co-workers who ended up being wrong. When he followed that up with one of the co-workers to try and exonerate himself, thinking there was something there, the co-worker stated that Jimmy's girlfriend tended to be drunk and made shit up all the time when they worked there. I've got to assume that must have been like Jimmy's ex-girlfriend or something. Which, you know, kind of invalidates the whole part of the video where he tries to reverse poison against Jimmy, blah, 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 trying to paint him out to be a huge sexist. Yeah, he mishandled information. He initially, if he would have just left it, like the first two videos, I think he would have got away with it, but he kept adding things, and the more it went on, the clearer it was that he just didn't have any proof to some of the allegations that he made. Some of them might be considered as slanderous. He might get sued by MrBeast. It not only completely invalidates that one source, but throws all of the anonymous allegations into question. Yeah, when you're handling stuff like this, you need to be on it. You need to make sure that every single, because when you're trying to, I guess, take someone down, every point you make needs to be well researched, because if one thing isn't, it's like a deck of cards, like a house of cards. Like, you take one away, the rest just fall. How can people trust what he has to say now? Plenty of people give him credibility when his first video came out. It left a genuine impression that bringing important issues to light. But now he's dragged his feet on those issues, seemingly trying to stay relevant for as long as possible, and the initial goodwill that he received has eroded as a result. Pinning a domestic assault accusation on the wrong person has essentially blown up any goodwill, to the point where if he continues to bring up valid criticisms, no one's going to take him seriously. So... yeah, he started off as a hero and he quickly became a zero. He had a downfall in a couple of weeks. And he's going up against Chuggaaconroy. Chuggaaconroy, this one hurts me. This one hurts my soul. Because I love this guy. I love Chuggaaconroy. I used to watch his Let's Plays when I was a kid. He's an OG of YouTube in my eyes. But I have to be fair. I have to be fair. He had one of the biggest controversies of this year. I never want to be accused by you guys of playing favorites. I don't want to be, you know, sweeping something under the rug. My job, especially as a small creator, I have the ability, because I don't really have these connections up at like YouTube's top. I have the ability to talk about everyone, and I think, no, Tony DeRosa, I hate to do this. But he was accused of sexual harassment for asking... He basically had a massive foot fetish, and he made one woman, Lady Emily, very uncomfortable. And then there were more allegations of him basically like, I don't know, making people uncomfortable and harassing them with his foot fetish. I can see if I can try and get some Discord screenshots up, but to be honest, I don't really feel comfortable doing that. People have made the argument that Chuggaaconroy is like pretty, can I say pretty autistic? Like he definitely has autism. At least I believe he does. I believe he said it in a video that he does. So he finds it quite difficult to grasp human emotions. He might not have understood that what he was doing was coming across as kind of creepy to the people that he was doing it to. Emil, aka Chuggaaconroy has been accused of sexual harassment by a fellow content creator who posted alleged Discord messages between them. Lady Emily's social media has received widespread attention. The thing is, from as much as I know, everyone he was asking for pics of were like over the age, as far as I know. Yeah, this one hurts me. This one really does hurt. Oh yeah, definitely not an excuse. Definitely not an excuse. But I'm trying to weigh this all up into, into factors. So, with that, because Chuggaaconroy, right, his downfall is kind of the reason the YouTube drama subreddit is a thing, because someone came out and said basically like, oh, Chuggaaconroy, he's always been good. Like, he's always sorry, I just got a message. People came out and said he's never had a controversy or something, like, and then he did, and it was a bad one. And he took months away from YouTube. Let me see if he lost any subscribers. So Chuggaaconroy lost 30,000 subscribers. Let me see Dogpack. Did Dogpack lose any subscribers? And Chuggaaconroy also, actually, his latest month, November 2024, was his best performing month on YouTube in the last 2 years. So maybe he's not had a downfall. Dogpack, on the other hand, has lost, oh gosh. He lost 13,000 subscribers this month, or last month actually. So Chuggaaconroy did lose more. Anyway, Dogpack 404 or Chuggaaconroy. There you guys vote. Dogpack is running away with it right now. Dogpack is running away. All right, I think it's going to be Dogpack. Next one. This one's going to be controversial. This one is going to be controversial. Dogpack destroyed Chuggaaconroy. It would be interesting if it was Dogpack versus MrBeast in the final, because MrBeast is here. KatyBugs, MrBeast. This is going to be an interesting one. So KatyBugs, if you don't know, and this one is going to be controversial, KatyBugs is the streamer that accused George Not Found of SA or sexual harassment. I don't know like what it counts as. He allegedly fondled her breasts during VidCon 2023. Now, if you want the full TLDR, I studied this. I made a video about it. So I guess maybe you can watch my video on it. So Headphone Den, this has been on for like an hour and a half. An hour and 40 minutes. I disagree. I think there's a lot of people here. There's about 50 people watching. Live to about 50 people, which I'm, brilliant. 50 people in a room is a lot. KatyBugs, yeah, so basically, she comes out and says that she was harassed by George Not Found at VidCon 2023. As it turns out, her story that she initially set out there it wasn't entirely accurate. A lot of what she was saying had happened. Basically, it was her, a couple of friends, George Not Found, Dream, and like one of George's friends, I think. They all went drinking together. George apparently thought that she might be interested in him, and so throughout the night they got close. apparently, according to her, he acted inappropriately. At one point, he fondled her without asking consent. A lot of what she said in the original statement was later, it turned out to be like falsified a little bit. Like she exaggerated some of the truth. So for example, she said that she was freshly 18, which would paint a picture of George like almost being a pedophile. When in fact she was actually about 18 and a half. She had turned 18 about like 6 months ago or 7 months ago, something like that. I think she was actually closer to 19 than she was 18. There were other factors, like she didn't mention one of George's friends was there. She didn't mention that I think she had like messaged him after the fact and stayed in communication with him. And so George comes back with a statement, then she comes back with a statement, then George comes back with a statement. And in the end, it seemed like most of the internet sided with George. Now, in my video that I made about it, George basically, he said, his argument was that she did not verbally consent, but she gave body language to suggest that she was consenting. She said because she did not verbally consent, he had no right to touch her, right? However, basically, like if you guys, the adults in the room might know that a lot of the time when you are making a move on someone, you don't say, "Can I touch you? Can I kiss you?" You kind of see how they might react to it. You kind of like, and sometimes that does lead to a miscommunication, right? If you've like overstepped your bounds or something, you don't know that they're not receiving you well, then it can come off as quite awkward, especially in those like initial like stages or whatnot of courting. Sometimes, you know, you're drunk, there's alcohol, you know, you might try and get some physical contact, and they're like, "Oh, whoa, like, you know, I'm not into you like that." But to say that, yeah, people don't really say, "Oh, let's make out" or something. They just kind of, you just kind of read the signs. There are non-verbal cues that you read. It seems as though they were on different wavelengths. George said that she consented at the time, she non-verbally consented at the time, but later changed her mind. Most of the internet seem to believe that that's probably what happened, or at the very least, her initial story had enough holes in it to cast shadows of doubt throughout the rest. I will make this available later. You'll be good to see this later. Here's my take, right? And I got quite a lot of backlash from my video. I give her the benefit of the doubt for a few things, right? She was drunker than he was. I almost guarantee it. You know, she was 18, maybe 19 at the time. Maybe she just didn't know how to handle the situation. I do think that it probably was that she just regretted it. I don't think that, at least based on what we know of their statements, I find it tough to think, at least based on her story, that it's exactly as she thought it happened. However, I also do believe that George knew that she was 18. I do think that, and I'll die on that hill. She thought it was weird. I mean, I think George was 26 at the time, 25 or 26. She was 18. So almost like the was it Cody Ko situation? Cody Ko was 25 and 17. She was 18. He was 24, 25, 26, I believe. I think he knew, and I think that he didn't care. But a lot of people were saying in my chat, like 18 years old, age of consent, she's good to go, legal. So, I don't know, but she's received a lot of flack for that, and she's not streamed since. It's been 8 months since her last stream. She's going against MrBeast. Do I need to say anything about MrBeast? Oh, should I also mention Katy and George never had sex or anything. They never like got that far. It's just that he touched her. He fondled her, apparently. MrBeast hired a offender, someone on the register. We still do not know if he knew at the time. He says he didn't. We still do not know how long it was that Delaware worked at MrBeast after he found out. Umperville never asked that, and that still seriously annoys me. He was accused of crypto fraud. He was accused of horrible conditions on the set of his game show. He was accused of, sexual misconduct within the company. He was accused of it being just a boys' club. He's been accused of a lot. Illegal lotteries. He never, during his kind of tell-it-all piece, he was like, oh, sorry for the illegal lotteries. He definitely did them. But there were a lot of things that he was accused of, especially the stuff to do with his philanthropy, which, he was completely innocent. So, but he's also the biggest content creator. He's viewed in a completely different light now. People don't trust him. People also, they don't like his smile. They think it's, they think it's like a fake smile, which I don't know what it is about his smile. I don't want to get personal or anything, but it doesn't usually seem genuine. There's something about it. I don't know what it is, but there's something about it. The hiring of Delaware definitely put things into question. His connection to Ava Chris Tyson put things into question. There are so many questions you have to ask. He's so powerful. He's one of the most powerful people probably in the world. He has billionaires that want him to do stuff for his kids. Right? He is a man of power. So it always, you question, what does he have the ability to do? So, I'm going to put a poll. MrBeast, is it salvageable? Maybe. But I don't think he's not looked in the same way. He'll never be seen in the same way again. Never. Katy, on the other hand, she might be done with streaming. She was a promising streamer. She had a lot of followers and it's gone now. I'm going to grab some more water. I'll catch you guys in a minute. MrBeast has quite decisively won that. MrBeast has won. So, MrBeast will make it into the round of 16. Once we get to the round of 16, by the way, guys, I'll do very short recaps, but I'm not going to do the whole one. Ludwig versus Daisy Marquez. Ludwig has been a source of controversy for quite a lot this year. First of all, he had a controversy about doing a Red Bull event in Dubai. Right, so he's sponsored by Red Bull. I am jealous of that man. I am jealous of Ludwig. Sponsored by Red Bull. And they wanted to do some sort of event in Dubai with him, which have pretty bad human rights and pretty bad for the LGBT community, apparently. So his fans turned on him. They did not like that. He also had the problem of, apparently, according to a Cheeto here, are you planning on covering the definitive predatory that Chris Tyson has engaged in. You made videos talking about disrespect immediately after the information came out. He got called out after the Ava Chris Tyson stuff for not speaking on it because MrBeast was his friend. Turns out he was in France at the time. But he has been called out a lot as well for defending his friends, such as Hassan Piker. If you see here, he made a video recently called What's Happening to Twitch, where he was like, oh, there's a Twitch adpocalypse right now. And Ludwig was, he was making a video about why this is happening. A lot of people seem to think that it's because of like Hassan Piker and certain things to do with like Israel-Palestine, I believe. And if you see these questions, yeah, they're saying like Ludwig trying to protect Hassan. This is beyond fence sitting. Why make the video if you refuse to include key information? Yeah, so basically everyone's not happy with him for that reason. They think he protects his friends too much. He's one of the biggest like commentary, I guess, creators in the space. And I think his problem is that he's got too much skin in the game. If there's someone that he really needs to call out, there's a problem because he's probably friends with them. He seems like a chill dude. I would love to grab a beer with Ludwig and find out his just get to know him a little bit. He seems like a chill guy, but he's a big source of controversy. He's one of the biggest creators on the platform right now, I would say. So he's going up against Daisy Marquez. Daisy Marquez, in case you don't know her, was exposed this year for lying about sickle cell anemia. Right. So a couple of years ago, Daisy Marquez said that she wasn't making videos right now because she had sickle cell. And this is something I spoke about in my video about YouTubers that fake their illness. This is in there, so go watch that. She said, so she said that she was having, she said that she had sickle cell anemia, which I believe is like very painful or maybe even kills people. Turns out she was having a Brazilian butt lift. She was having a BBL, and because she had a BBL, she couldn't record videos for a few days. So she lied and said that she had sickle cell anemia. Instead of just saying, oh, I have a cold. And then this year she came out to admit that she lied 5 years after it happened. And yeah, she got called out for it. And I think she's deleted all of the comments saying like, hey, what's going on? Like, fuck this. LK, you watched the video earlier? It's one of my best videos, I would say. That one's the one. Honestly, I have no idea why she lied, but it was one of my best videos. She faked having sickle cell anemia to, yeah, get a BBL. She was an idiot, but yeah, I'm interested to see. So what would I say? I'm gonna put this up now. So are we saying Ludwig, who had to cancel a trip to Dubai and has been called out for fence sitting and protecting his friends when there's controversy? Or are we saying Daisy Marquez, who faked having a BBL, or faked having a sickle cell anemia and got exposed for it? Alexandra Molyneux, whilst you guys vote on that, says, Merry Christmas, Fox, and donated £2. Absolute legend. Thank you very much, Alexander. Love you, bro. Really appreciate it. What's your opinion of Jake Weddle? I'm glad you asked. I'm so fascinated that you want to ask my opinion. I'm going to give that a little heart. And there was one earlier. I don't know. Yeah, let me give the Drekker one a little heart as well, because Drekken, there we go. Gave you guys a little heart, both of you. So Jake Weddle, he subscribed to my channel, which is cool. I like him for that. He subbed. Which you guys, if you're not subscribed, if there's anyone watching this who is not subscribed, go subscribe. I think that what do I think? I think his heart's in the right place. Do I think he was hard done by? I realistically think that MrBeast does have a lot to answer for when it comes to his treatment, because he was saying during the Oompaville interview that he was like, like, it doesn't... What was he saying? He was like, I wanted to push him. I wanted to see how far he'd go. I never thought it was going to get out of hand like that. He told you guys, and you did nothing. So, I do think he has a bit of a leg to stand on. Then again, he was compensated. He was heavily compensated, so I don't know. I know, what was his name? Internet Anarchist. Internet Anarchist hates him. Sorry, MrBeast, Daisy Marquez. Daisy Marquez, there we go. So next up we have Boogie2988 versus Vorsh. So Boogie, if you remember, he got exposed for spending like $2 million on hookers last year. This year he did a crypto scam. As you can see, he's giving away fatty tokens. Crypto scam. I think the thing is with his though, is that it was so obviously a crypto scam. Like, this was his promotion for it. It was him just chewing on a fucking pepperami and shirtless and whatnot. However, on the topic of Daisy Marquez, Boogie also lied about an illness. Boogie apparently knowingly lied about having sickle cell anemia. Not sickle cell anemia, sorry. What was it? It was some sort of like... He lied about having cancer. Polycythemia vera, that's it. So he said that he had polycythemia vera, which is a blood cancer, I believe. Where is it? Let's see this. So to read this, recently, Destiny did a bit of research on Boogie's claim of having cancer, namely because Boogie brought it up in a defense to his CoffeeZilla interview about promoting the Fatty Coin crypto rug pull scam. Yeah, if you get scammed by Boogie, then you're an idiot. You're an idiot. He came up with the hypothesis that Boogie confused the conditions that his doctor told him about. Destiny's hypothesis was that Boogie was diagnosed with secondary polycythemia, which is a non-cancer version of having increased red blood cells. Boogie claimed to have had polycythemia vera, which is quite minor, and a very slow form of blood cancer. People said, hey, Boogie, release your medical records and stuff, we can clear this up. Boogie refused. People think that he faked having cancer, and he also tried to scam people. Boogie used to be beloved, but his reputation is long gone. So, his downfall didn't start this year, but it's definitely gotten worse. He is a lolcow. Vorsh. This is a good matchup, actually. Vorsh, if you remember, this happened all the way back in like January or February. On the February 6th, let's go down here. On February 6th, Vorsh was streaming a male fashion segment when he unintentionally opened a desktop folder, and it was a folder marked taxes, several non-pornographic images of Raru from Legend of Zelda, various art of horses having sex with very young-looking girls, Japanese VTuber Natsurio Matsuri. He had lolly porn in a folder that he accidentally opened up on live stream. So that's not good. Some of the images, these are people that supported him. Some of the images were very sussy, unfortunately. One was supposedly borderline, and even with the context of the artist's intent, hate to be the bearer of bad news, but there were a handful of borderline ones and one particularly bad one. And his argument, his defense, was that he thought it was like short stack goblin porn or something. Vorsh's response to the ensuing firestorm made hours later on live stream was an echo to his community protests of his quotes being taken out of context, accused Ethan of creating some sort of distraction during election year, and confirmed that he does indeed want to fuck a woman as a horse. I have no idea what his fantasies are, but like, it's seriously messed up. With regards to the artwork of underage girls, he claimed that he downloaded the images because he thought they were goblin porn. Some of the community members were unsure about his defense strategy. Chat, what's his goblin short stack? I don't want to look it up. Chew on that. Chew on that for a second, guys. This guy opens up a porn folder, accidentally opens up a porn folder. He accidentally exposes his porn folder that has a bunch of like goblin porn and horse porn and lolly porn. Or Boogie, who tried to scam his audience and faked having cancer. This one I think is going to be right down the middle. This one I think, this is probably the closest one. I'm interested to see where this goes. So, Boogie, for trying to scam his audience and faking having cancer. Or Vorsh. I think Boogie dating like a 19-year-old also doesn't help. Vorsh, though, he had a good reputation going into it. Vorsh was liked. Boogie didn't have a great reputation. Then again, Boogie, you know, I think he's a bit bigger of a content creator than Vorsh. I'm interested to see what you guys think. This is the closest. This is by far the closest we've had so far. Right now it's 53 to 47. I am going to maybe give it another 30 seconds. If you're in chat right now and you want to vote, if you're just listening along, take some time to vote. Because otherwise we will end it in 30 seconds. Vorsh's thing is just, yeah, Vorsh's thing is weird, and I feel bad for him. No one wants to have, you don't want to pull a Vorsh or a, who is that guy that accidentally opened up the AI, like the deepfake tab? That guy? His was bad. Alright. Time's up. Boogie wins. Closest one we've had so far. Closest one we've had so far. 60% go Boogie, 40% go Vorsh. Boogie is into the next round. Next up, I think I see which way this one's going to go, but I'll do it anyway. Anthpo. If you don't know Anthpo, he was a content creator. He left ages ago once he graduated college. He came back with a video where he went undercover as a furry. And then he engaged in a furry orgy and he recorded it. And many people were not happy with that. His return video, he might have committed a crime. Barley the Burr up here says, if Anthpo did ask for consent and explain what the video would be used for, I feel like it'd be mandatory to state that in the video. Oh yeah, wait, here we go. So Bradley the Burr posted a thread expressing problems, writing, at no point did Anthpo state that he was state that the people attending the parties knew they were being recorded, nor did they express that any videos taken the party would be used in a YouTube video, very much aimed at a non-furry audience. He might have recorded people having sex without them knowing. I'm not entirely sure. But people have made videos about this. This was very big in the YouTube drama subreddit. He did take out the section. And he has, the thing is with Anthpo is he's probably more famous now than he ever was. He was Cheeseball Man, and that was like super viral. And he also did the Timothée Chalamet lookalike contest. On the other hand, Marquez Brownlee, who, this was very recent, he went speeding in a sponsored video. He sped 96 miles an hour in a 35 mile an hour speed limit area And I believe that there is like some sort of sign to say like, hey, kids are here. Like that, I believe that is a kid's, like, I don't know, there's like a school or there's kids nearby sign. Let me know in chat. I don't know American road signs, but you guys might. Any Americans? He edited it out of his video. He came out and said, yeah, I did something stupid. You might have already seen it. I'll address it here. He sped. And this isn't just speeding. 96 and a 35 is going to kill someone. You're going to kill someone. Marquez Brownlee is dealing with another commenter backlash. Fans of him are saying the latest video titled... sorry, let me just get this up. How my video gear is changing is a fully sponsored segment for DJI. The video contained a clip of Brownlee driving a sports car way over the speed limit on a suburban road. Commenters have flooded the video with criticism, calling out him for running the sponsor segment. He said, I've since cut the video with YouTube's editor tool. I understand that it looks like I'm covering it up, but I think it's the right thing to do. Apparently, and I don't know if this is entirely true, but I've heard this. Apparently he tried to blur it. Apparently he's done it before, and he tried to blur his, is it called a speedometer or whatever? Like, that tracks how fast you're going. Tried to blur it in previous videos. I have absolutely, yeah, this is a crime. This is a serious crime. Marquez Brownlee, I'm not, like, I've never seen his content or anything. I don't really have too much of a problem with him on a personal level. I've never gone like, oh, I hate that guy and the way he acts. This is seriously, you need to look yourself in the goddamn mirror if you're going 96 in a 35 and there's kids about. Seriously, you could kill a kid. I'm getting mad. I'm getting mad. He's lucky. He's damn lucky. Because that is, like, how do you justify that? And I hope he doesn't. I hope he seriously takes a look at himself. That is such an irresponsible thing to do. Especially because he's such a smart chap. He's a very smart guy. So, are we going to go for Anthpo, who might or might not have recorded furries having sex without their knowledge? Or a guy who did 96 and a 35 when there were kids about? Anthpo, or MKBHD, I believe is his name, like his YouTube name. Remember, guys, you're voting for the person who's had the biggest downfall. I think if this, like, if Anthpo's thing is correct, though, he also committed a crime. It looks like Marquez Brownlee is going to take this round quite convincingly. But I'll give you guys another second. Yeah, Moon, this is probably the first time you see me. I get, like, I'm prone to rage. I'm prone to a lot of things. I'm prone to laughing. I like to laugh. But I also, like, if someone messes up like that, I will get mad about it. I see no reason why he had to do that, and this is what really makes me question. Marquez Brownlee, you do this and you put it up on YouTube, right? So that indicates to me that he speeds a lot. And again, if he was going like 40 and a 35 or 45 and a 35, whatever, 90, was it 96? 96 and a 35, like almost triple the speed limit. That is unforgivable for me. Unforgivable for me. And yeah, it makes me question, is that just a bad case? Is it like a fluke? Does he do it more often? I think he probably has done it a lot. That makes me question. Makes me seriously question. He always seemed like a nice guy. And he still might be a nice guy who just made a serious mistake. But it is a huge one. It's a huge one to make. All right, getting down to the purple section. Yeah, if he actually did edit his videos to blur the speedometer, if that is true, because I want to say I saw some sort of post about it. If that is true, it's absolutely horrible. Horrible. And it means that he knows about it. It means that he knows about it and he's done it anyway, and he's just sorry because he got caught. If that is actually true and he blurred the speedometer before, he's sorry because he got caught. And he's putting lives in danger. Ava Chris Tyson versus I'm Alex. This one's huge. Honestly, it's kind of unfair that these two are facing each other in the first round. I won't lie. These two, they both deserve to be pretty far. So Ava Chris Tyson. What can I say? I made a video about this. If you want to see it, it just passed 100,000 views. Ava Chris Tyson was accused of grooming. They purchased art drawn by someone who is known to have drawn Lolly and CP in the past. They were alleged by this person, Muskina, of using them for sex. Apparently they would consistently use them for sex and they would just never return, an abusive relationship. Also an abuse of power because Muskina was working for Ava Chris Tyson. But the main things are, grooming, buying CP, or art from someone who has made CP, and maybe essay. I don't know if, and also if you don't know Ava Chris Tyson, they work for MrBeast. It was Chris Tyson. They came out as trans. Some people are like, oh, finally, get rid of them, or whatever. That's shouldn't even be relevant. Grooming, purchasing art made by someone who makes CP, and essay. I think this has been covered enough. So I'll move on. I'm Alex. Used to be a huge YouTuber. He was exposed for abuse against his ex, possibly domestic violence. This is Jay Aubrey's thumbnail at the top right. YouTuber I'm Alex under fire for alleged physical abuse against ex-girlfriend. Over 2 million subscribers. Claims that he both physically and emotionally abused her, that destroyed her property. Alice, the woman making these allegations, released several videos and audio logs of their interactions. She caught him dead to rights. This is a screenshot. This little picture down here is a screenshot of him blowing a gasket over... I don't know what she did to make him like this, but he was fuming, and he was, it says down here, I'm going to fucking bash your head against the wall with a brick if you don't shut the fuck up. He is scum. He is scum. And to be honest, he kind of gave me the vibe before. He's got this weird phenotype that just pisses me off. The way he always gave me bad vibes. And he also threw one of his mates under the bus many years ago. I was not that surprised that he was a piece of shit. He just gave me those vibes many moons ago. And so he called her a whore, a psycho. I don't know what that is. Oh, I think it was the N-word. I think he also said the N-word. If he did physically abuse her, that is seriously messed up. Domestic violence is actually sick. It is actually sickening. I have no idea what would go through, especially as a man. As a man, right, and I'm not going to say, sometimes domestic violence does happen to men, whatever, but as a man, your number one thing, if you're in a relationship, is to make sure that harm does not come towards that woman. It's kind of it's like beating up a child or something. Right, there's absolutely no honor in it. It's frankly, sickening, disgusting, and you should be ashamed. So, I have no idea how you guys are gonna vote on this one. Grooming, purchasing CP or art from someone who made CP, alleged essay, or Are we going to do I'm Alex's domestic violence? Who had the biggest fall off? Downfall. Ava Chris Tyson, you know, she did work for MrBeast. I'm Alex was very popular. Neither of them have made any social media content since. All right, you guys are saying Ava Chris Tyson. 67 to, 70 to 30. I think that's pretty decisive. This is the hardest one, I'd say. These two are they both deserve to go way further in the Drama Dome. But there can only be one winner. It's Ava. So, next up we have, oh gosh. Alright, next up we have Anthony Fantano. So Anthony Fantano, he's been in 2 controversies this year. The first one was his review of Kanye's new album in February. There were a lot of controversies in February. February was like such a month for downfalls and controversies. He basically said that he would not review Kanye's new album because he doesn't like Kanye as a person. He could not separate the art from the artist. He was like, he's an awful person, he's a Nazi and whatnot. People, however, called him out because they were like, they were basically saying, Anthony Fantano, you have reviewed music from other people who have committed much worse crimes. So, like, should I say worse? Like, he's reviewed music from people who have murdered, right? Kanye West is mentally unstable, but he's not murdered anyone. He might have reprehensible views, but he's never gone out and actually, like, raped or murdered, right? Some of the people that Anthony Fantano have reviewed, some of the people that he reviewed have raped and murdered, right? Just, like, in a court of law, you could argue it. Because it happened. They got convicted. He then got controversial for saying that Halsey's new album, he said that she gave off main character syndrome for singing about her near-death experience. I believe she had cancer. Right? So, he was like, oh, she's making herself out to be such a main character on this new album. Oh, she had cancer. People didn't like him. People did not like him for that. Yeah, controversial. Do I think it's the worst thing in the world? No, but it's still he's had some pretty bad takes this year. I don't really trust. I think he's entertaining, but I don't think he's actually that good at reviewing. I won't lie. Asmongold, on the other hand, tried. Okay, I'm gonna have to watch my words here, because my recent video, I recently made a video about Asmongold and OTK, which many of you guys might not know because it got flatlined. Asmongold basically said that he did not feel bad for Palestinians who are dying because they live under Sharia law. He doesn't like their culture. He thinks they have an inferior culture, and he thinks they would do the same things to Israel if they had the power and the technology that Israel has. Right? So if the roles were reversed, they would be doing the same to Israel. Right? Many people thought he's trying to defend genocide or something. I understand Israel-Palestine, very controversial, very, very hot potato. His logic, no matter what, his logic was flawed here, because not everyone who is Palestinian will believe that Sharia law is a good way to live. Not everyone who is Palestinian would want to do the same to Israel if they were on the other turn. Some people, I'm sure, probably just want to live like side by side in Israel. You know, not everyone who is dying in this conflict, they're civilians. Not everyone who is dying here deserves to die. But he went out, he did apologize, and he said, looking back at it, he was too much of an asshole. No one deserves to have their lives destroyed, even if they do have reviews that he finds regressive. You know. So I made a video about him and the rest of OTK very recently. Someone, I don't know how this happened, I went to bed, it wasn't doing well. As I was asleep, it started to do well, and then like OTK fans found it and they just shit on it. It's probably my lowest like to dislike video ever. It's got like 70% likes to dislikes. It's got like 200 likes and 200 dislikes and 600 likes. Its growth is completely flatlined. They just shat on it, and no one had they didn't have a single good reason why my video was bad. They said I was like a Hassan puppet or something. Clearly, a lot of his fans are just as chronically online as his persona is. So yeah, he according to many people tried to defend genocide. See that as you will. You know, I think maybe your vote on this might depend on where you fall on the Israel-Palestine stuff. Anthony Fantano. Oh, OTK. OTK is the YouTuber group that he's a part of, as well as Ms. Kiff, Rich Campbell, S-Fan, a bunch of other of the biggest streamers that he's friends with. He made a group with them. And they had a lot of controversies over the past couple of years. Lots of allegations, sexual misconduct allegations, to two of their members. What was it? A cover-up for one, and then Asmongold's defending of Palestinians dying. Moon, yeah, you're bang on. My video wasn't making fun of them. I did put a couple of shots in to Asmongold. But at the same time, I don't think I really overstepped the line or anything. It was just a recap. It was 4 stories of 4 pieces of OTK drama. So, is it going to be Anthony Fantano for his hypocritical takes, his hypocrisy, actually, yeah, I'm just gonna let you guys vote on this and then we'll move on, because I feel as though I know which way this is gonna go. Yeah, it's going to Asmongold. Okay, well, yeah, there is no way that he's not going to win this one. Asmongold wins. Just immediately. 10 votes. They are all for Asmongold. But I thought I might as well talk about it again and talk about what's happened, because I don't want to be like bullied or harassed by a bunch of like weird teenagers that think that these guys are like gods amongst men. The hate that video received was completely BS. Okay, yeah, now we got Logan Paul versus KSI. Logan Paul, Lunchley. Unfortunately, Logan Paul's Lunchley and KSI's Lunchley kind of balance each other out, really. This year he announced that he was going to sue CopyZilla. He got into Twitter beef with Tommy Innit the same week that he had a daughter. I think he was trying to like use Palestine to market Lunchley at some point. There was some sort of like talk about Palestine during one of his podcasts, and then he was like, oh, by the way, Lunchley. And yeah, so the stuff about his crypto zoo is still raging on. And yeah. I don't know if there's too much more. I've covered him so much. Same thing with KSI. I'll make these guys quick. KSI also, Lunchley, stupid, horrible cash grab. And I do like KSI. But I don't really agree with Lunchley. I don't really agree with his business moves. And I think that the fact that he's saying like knowledge, strength, and integrity and legacy are his big things, and he's ruining it for himself. And I really hope he sees it one day. He also pump and dumped. He tried to scam his audience with crypto. Allegedly. Dan TDM called him out. He says that he went after Dan TDM originally because he didn't like that he was calling him out. He then went after Dan TDM because he thought he could hype up his song. And then he got memed on at his song. His song did hit heights. It did chart. You know, I can't knock him for that. But I question whether people actually like him anymore. So yeah, I don't know. So, I mean, realistically, for both of them, they've both done crypto scams and both been involved with Lunchley. So what you're kind of looking for now is just, I don't know, overall vibes. Who do you think's had the worst year? Who do you think's had a year that's like damaged their reputation more? Do you think it was Logan Paul or KSI? It's close. It is close. I'll give you guys another 45 seconds. By then, I think all the votes will be in. Logan has always had a bad reputation. KSI has not always had a bad reputation. Logan Paul, though, he does seem... I don't know, I think this year people have brought up his past a lot more. Now people get in trouble for associating with Logan Paul. Right, I think, what was his name? There was some sort of cooking guy that made a video with Logan Paul. He got called out. All right, 3, 2, 1. It's going to be KSI. By a hair, 52 to 47. That's got to be one person. That's got to be a one-person swing. KSI is into the next round of the Drama Dome. This next one, JCS, Criminal Psychology, recently came out with a new video where, so in case you don't know, basically this guy, he made a genre of content. You probably know him from like the let me get it up, like what pretending to be crazy looks like. If you guys don't know this guy by name, you've probably seen this thumbnail, right? Put this up here. Probably seen this thumbnail somewhere. These guys made CCTV interrogation footage, and they would basically explain how the police got a confession or how they were able to back the criminal into a corner. They eventually got demonetized from YouTube, and it seems as though JCS stopped. The rumor is now that JCS sold the channel, and a couple of days ago, someone came out with some AI-generated version of the main narrator of the videos. And so people are really annoyed now. They're like, dude, you've lost all your credibility, because people think that the... People think that the script was AI-generated. The voices, for whatever reason, they had a weird like shift halfway through the video, so it went to a woman. They AI-generated a video. like AI generated a JCS analysis of like a police interrogation. So they've lost all their credibility. It's gone. You cannot win it back now, because people will think, what if they're still doing AI? What if they're AI writing their scripts? There's no way to defend that now. I think that their recent script for the video that was AI, like, voice generated, was also, I think the script was also generated by AI. And I'm making a video about this soon. This will be my next video. Yeah, most jarring part is a sudden jump between narration voices at the 45-minute mark. His voice sounds somewhat normal, possibly good AI. The female voice is just straight up bad AI. I've seen people complain that this writing seems off. Minus 10,000 subscribers. They deleted the video almost instantly. They didn't upload for a year. That's what they came back with. Ilimation. This is a story for the ages. So Ilimation... Ilimation made a video about like fat acceptance a couple of months ago. It says here, yeah, Ilimation posted a video titled "The Perks of Being a Fat Kid," detailing her lived experience of being overweight from a young age in animation form. It covered her struggles with bullying, body image, and failing to lose weight, even when following professional advice. The problem was it ended with the core message that people shouldn't feel guilty for what they eat. Although importantly, it included her saying a carrot isn't inherently good food, while chocolate isn't inherently bad food. Food is just food, no matter how many calories, carbs, sugars, whatever's in it. Unless you have life-threatening allergies or dietary restrictions to follow, you should feel free to eat whatever you want without beating yourself up about it. She then got doxxed. Right. This guy called Think Before You Sleep, TBYS, comes out and responds. Think Before You Sleep is like, you're wrong, complete BS. Ilimation is upset that Think Before You Sleep makes this video. She asks her audience to like report the video and get it taken down. She has no right to do this, right? It was criticism, it was critique. Think Before You Sleep had, you know, there was critique to be made because she was wrong in saying that food is food. It doesn't matter if it's an apple. Apple is not inherently good and chocolate isn't inherently bad. She's kind of like, on the one hand, okay, I understand you can't eat too many apples, you'll die, right? You can't eat, like, sometimes you need a bit of chocolate or something. A little bit of wine is kind of good for you, you know, in small doses. Apparently it helps your blood, right? Very small doses. There are certain unhealthy foods that in small doses can be, like, healthy in some ways. But yeah, so she asks her audience, like, hey, take down Think Before You Sleep's video criticizing my video. But then it gets worse because she revealed that she didn't actually watch Think Before You Sleep's video. That's bad on her part. However, then she gets doxxed. 4chan finds her address. And she has to move out of her house. But the commentary guys are huge on, like, look at this. Ilimation criticism not welcome. Ilimation can't handle criticism. Ilimation's going after small YouTubers. Ilimation just destroyed her reputation. So commentary guys were not big on it. Yeah. Like, she definitely should not have sent her fan base after Think Before You Sleep. And I've met Think Before You Sleep, and I have some interesting opinions on the guy. Which I don't think I'll be airing in this. But she shouldn't, regardless of my opinions of Think Before You Sleep, she shouldn't have sent her audience after him, especially if she didn't see the video, and especially because he had a valid point to make. Her video was incorrect. Saying that food isn't food, like, realistically, I do agree. I don't think you should outright shame people for being, like, overweight and stuff. I think that's horrible, and I think it's so rude. But I think that you should also acknowledge that being morbidly obese is not healthy, right? And no amount of fat acceptance is going to, like, fix that. If you are, like, 600 pounds, you are at serious risk of dying. And I don't like that, like, this narrative is being fed to people. There is healthy food and there is unhealthy food, and I think that we should never, like, that's just a fact. There is, some food is healthier than others. However, is it worth what happened to her afterwards? I do feel bad for her. She should have definitely never been doxxed. You know, this was awful for her, and I've got to assume it was quite traumatic. JCS have lost their reputation. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? JCS or Ilimation? All right, it seems as though you guys going for Ilimation so far. Oh, wait, no, more votes. I'm kind of shocked. I won't lie. I don't want to influence the voting. The doxing wouldn't have happened if she didn't acknowledge the video. Yeah, it's her fault. It seems as though my housemates have come back. I can hear him. Alright, well, it seems as though Ilimation is actually going to make it through. So, this is where things get interesting. Ilimation goes through the next round of the Drama Dome. Next up, Cody Ko versus Dr. Disrespect in the round of 16. Do we need to go back over them? I don't really know. Cody Ko. I'll do like TLDR from here on out, because like it's going to go way faster from now. We're 2.5 hours in. We can probably get this done in the next like 45 minutes. Cody Ko had intercourse with Tanamojo when she was 17 and he was 25. He no longer makes videos. At least he hasn't since the controversy came out. I'm going to close down the tabs of... I'm going to close down the tabs. So Moist Critical, did Moist Critical go through? No, he didn't. Quackity did not go through. Embrace of Shadows did. Watcher did not. YaNike... I'm just doing a bit of like clearing up. He didn't go through. Yeah, save that. Okay, so Cody Ko versus Dr. Disrespect. I'm just going to put the poll in. This will be interesting. Who do you think has had the bigger fall off? The biggest downfall? PDF file versus PDF file. Yeah, if you cannot remember, Dr. Disrespect, messages to a minor. He cheated on his wife as well, but that was, he revealed that years ago. He might have done it with this minor. He says he didn't do anything wrong. Who knows? He claims that he never met her. Cody Ko did. He did meet his... But Cody Ko is still making money from TMG, I believe. I don't know what Dr. Disrespect's income source is now. So get your votes in now. It's close. We've got 12 votes in, and it is close right now. As we are now started the round of 16, I will once again remind you, any donations, any whatsoever, are not expected, but they are greatly appreciated. If you want to, be my guest. 13, okay, guys, if you want to vote, get your votes in now, because it is dead close, right down the middle right now. This could be one of the closest ones. Cody Ko currently has about 45% of the vote, Dr. Disrespect about 55. If you know, I'll put the timer on for another 25 seconds. If it comes down to a tie, if it comes down to a tie, what do I do? Okay, we got 15 seconds. Get your votes in now. I think someone's changing their vote. I don't know if you can change your vote in YouTube. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm ending the poll. Dr. Disrespect won it. Oh, baby. LK, thank you for the $10, baby. Thank you very much. I was not expecting that, but I greatly appreciate it. LK, you are a damn legend. Thank you very much. Sorry if that was a bit loud. I feel like my mic might have peaked. But oh, to LK, you are a legend. Thank you very much. Dr. Disrespect is through to the next round of the Drama Dome. His career, according to you guys, has been put in tatters. In Praise of Shadows versus... Oh yeah, well, let's close down Cody Ko's tab. In Praise of Shadows. Do you guys remember him? We spoke about him about 2 hours ago. He made a video about Wendigoon, a completely horrible takedown that did not work. He made a bunch of horrible generalizations about people from Appalachia, such as they're all racist. Made a bunch of things that have been debunked and whatnot. Came off as like a bit of a know-it-all. Really, yeah, very rarely does a YouTube video backfire that much. YaNike poured shit down people's backs and is legally not allowed to upload videos anymore. Oh god, thank you so much for the support, LK. I'm just reading your message now. It means the world to me. Means the world to me that I can, you know, be one of someone's favorite creators. It's really cool. Especially as a small creator, I appreciate it so much. I appreciate the support so much. So yeah, let's put this to poll, because I want to wrap this up like in the next 45 minutes or so. Was it? Oh yeah, in Praise of Shadows, YaNike. Oh yeah, so I don't think you were here for it earlier. I forgot the guys in the chat. YaNike basically, he went on the metro, he poured shit down people's backs, not for the first time. He did it in January, it says here. He did it, his arrest in January, in intentional battery and injury, property damage, destruction of property by force. Brussels YouTuber pours gunk, which is feces, down people's backs again. So he's done it more than once. And he's now not allowed to upload videos because it's prank videos. And he also has, he did it for 2,000 subscribers. You guys are going YaNike. This is probably the most coverage he's ever had. Because again, he only has 2,000 subs. Yeah, he did commit a crime. I guess that is also true. This is also true. In Praise of Shadows, he made a sweeping racist, probably racist. I don't know like, if you can be racist to Americans if you're American. But like definitely, I don't know, bigoted, xenophobe. I'm trying to think of the word. But he was, yeah, as an American, he was like, oh, I don't trust Appalachians because they're racist. They're probably racist. Yeah, YaNike's gonna win it. YaNike's gonna win it. I can't believe it. Like, honestly, this is like the degradation of society. Wilbur Soot versus Johnny Somali. This is a crazy one. Let's save that. Wilbur Soot, alleged to have domestically abused his ex-girlfriend. He has some sort of weird biting kink. Alleged to have abused his ex-girlfriend. Got completely cancelled. Had to cancel all of his tours. Someone defended him by saying that the Holocaust was worse. Didn't help his case. Johnny Somali, horribly disrespectful. Probably a bit racist too towards East Asians. Oh, Balaroth, where are you from in Kentucky? Because I've been to Kentucky. I can't say where because it would dox someone. And also, yeah, don't give me your address or anything, but like, I've got a friend from like the sticks of Kentucky. Let me see, like, where he... I was kind of like in and around Lexington. We'll say that. I've been to in and around Lexington. I've also been to Tennessee. I went to Pigeon Forge with Brugly. If you guys know Brugly. If you don't know Brugly, go subscribe to him. Good friend of mine. Makes backrooms content if you like that kind of stuff. Isn't the capital Louisville? I believe they say. But yeah, Johnny Somali, horribly... He's also pretty racist too. He is a public nuisance and a menace. He goes up to people in, like, say, Japan or Korea, and he's racist towards them. He is facing time behind bars. Wilbur's not, but Johnny Somali was also known to be a piece of shit before this year. Why have we got so many people in Kentucky? From Kentucky in the chat. We've got multiple Kentuckians in the chat. Oh, it's Frankfort, Kentucky is the capital. Oh, fair enough. No, I'll be honest, guys. If you've... Kentuckians and Tennesseans, I love that place. I love Kentucky and I love Tennessee. I had a great time when I was there. I went to the Smoky Mountains. And I really want to go again. At some point, I'll visit Jared Brugly again. And we'll go to... I don't know where we'll go, but I want to explore. I want to check out Nashville. But anyway, that's enough of me talking about that. Let me put up a poll. Is it going to be... Is it going to be Wilbur Soot or Johnny Somali? Who had the bigger downfall this year? Oh, we got a Brugly fan in the chat. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Zednate King. If you don't know this already, I have a podcast with Brugly. You guys, if no one knows this, actually, let me link the podcast. I have a podcast with Brugly, Diatrip, Night Crime, or just Night now, I think his name is, and Raymundo. So if you guys like any of those guys, let me link the MBR pod. Johnny Somali's won this. He's beaten Wilbur. Yeah, I mean, Wilbur Soot, domestic violence. Domestic violence, pretty bad. And he also, again, he was on top of the world and then he got cancelled. All right, I'll give it another 20 seconds. But I think Somali is going to edge this one. He might go to prison. And to be honest, I hope he does. I am surprised. I'm actually surprised with that one. I would have thought the Wilbur Soot would have gone. Yeah, I agree, Kendall. I agree. I think in terms of pure downfall, I would have given it to Wilbur. This is the biggest downfall of the year. But I go with majority rule. So Johnny Somali is through to the next round. Hawk Tuah versus Dogpack. This is crazy, actually. This is a good matchup. Hawk Tuah exposed for a crypto scam. Dogpack exposed for having, I don't know, like bad takes, I guess, or like inaccurate information on MrBeast, might get sued. Hawk Tuah, though, she also might get sued. So we have two people. Both of these people might get in legal trouble. I think I've spoken enough about them before. So this, yeah, I completely agree. Sasso Aksuna, I do completely agree. This was one of the craziest years for YouTube drama. Like, between the Minecrafters, between the crypto scams, between, like, there's so many of them, between, like, the essay allegations, everyone's been going down. Mr. Albania, no, Hawk 2 is not unfunny. Hers is that she tried to scam people. Dogpack's is the, yeah, false information. Dogpack was on top of the world for a while. He was on top of the world, but also Hawk 2 was too. This is right down the middle, guys. This is right down the middle. Get your votes in now. Get your votes in. We have 15 votes. We have 45 people watching. We have 15 votes. 2/3 of you guys have not voted. What, like, again, take a vote. Hawk Tuah, Dogpack. Dogpack completely lost his credibility. Hawk Tuah, she's also lost her credibility. I think, weirdly enough, these two both have a lot in common. They have a lot in common. But it seems as though, at 20 votes, I'll call it in, say, 10 seconds, 21 votes, it seems as though one of these has the edge. $22 votes. All right, I'm going to say 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm ending the poll there. There we go. Hawk Tuah goes to the quarters. I don't know yet. Puns is gone. Hawk Tuah, Chugga's gone. Alright, so Hawk Tuah, oh crap. He's gonna face Johnny Somali in the quarters. Dr. Disrespect, YaNike, Johnny Somali, Hawk Tuah. Let's get onto this. I think this is gonna be an absolute... I'm just gonna put the poll in now. MrBeast. Katie's done. MrBeast, obviously, all of this stuff. I've made so much content about him, I don't feel I need to explain anymore. You guys surely know about this by now. Versus Daisy Marquez, who, if you remember Daisy Marquez, she was exposed this year for lying about having sickle cell anemia when she actually got a Brazilian butt lift. I think I see which way this one's going to go, so I'm just going to put it into the chat now. Save me the time. There might be some people defending MrBeast, you know, I don't think he's lost all of his fans. Sandos says, no, I have to do a deep dive. Oh, Sandos, I've done so many. I've done so many deep dives on MrBeast at this point. I'm tired of it. I think this is probably the last I'll go out on record and talk about MrBeast. He has seriously lost his reputation. Daisy Marquez yeah, I mean, in comparison, there's just no debating it, really. MrBeast absolutely trashed her. Right, MrBeast. Oh gosh, MrBeast is into the next round. Yeah, Agmony 6. Yeah, it's just which classic childhood hero has become the bigger piece of shite. All right, Boogie. Need we remind you, tried to scam people with crypto, was exposed for lying about having cancer. Versus who's he going up against? Oh, versus Marquez Brownlee. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of Anthpo. Marquez Brownlee sped. He went 96 in a 35. Not good. Really not good from him. But Boogie tried to scam people. And he lied about the illness that killed his dad. And he also lost like 200 grand on hookers. But that was last year, so we don't include that. So it's going to be Boogie 2988 or Marquez Brownlee. Yeah, Boogie was already not exactly liked before. But Marquez, I think Marquez was. The thing is, I would say, for me, I would say that Marquez Brownlee was liked. Boogie wasn't exactly. And so I think Brownlee's probably had the larger downfall personally. But obviously, I'm going to go with you guys voting. Boogie, yeah, was already unliked. I don't think that his downfall this year was quite as big. But you guys seem to be pretty damn big on Boogie, so maybe there's something that I didn't see. Yeah, maybe I'm wrong. But Marquez is out. Boogie lives to see another day into the quarterfinals where he will take on MrBeast to see who's had the bigger downfall this year. Ava Chris Tyson versus Asmongold. Ava Chris Tyson, let's not forget, grooming, allegations of buying art from someone who's made CP, and maybe even essay. She's going against Asmongold, who has no sympathy, or said that they had no sympathy for the people of Palestine because they come from an inferior culture, inferior people. They would do the same to Israel. He doesn't like Sharia law. Yeah, and he thinks that inferiors. So are we going to go for someone who might be advocating for genocide, or someone who has potentially groomed, bought art from someone who might have made CP, and might have essayed? We're going to go Ava Chris Tyson versus Asmongold. I think this one's going to be a blowout. And I'm right. Ava Chris Tyson is taking this one. Ava Chris Tyson will move on. It'll be interesting if Ava Chris Tyson takes on MrBeast. I see that could be happening. I think this right-hand side is looking a lot more deadly than the left, I won't lie. KSI versus Ilimation. This will be an interesting one. KSI. Moldy Lunchley. Lunchley in general. Crypto scam. Tried to scam his audience. And did. Well, actually, no, he tried, and then he still lost money on crypto. And then, obviously, the entire, the Lunchley, like, backlash drama. You might even want to say his song. He got memed on. He got memed on hardcore. People don't really trust him now. JCS is out. So we go to Ilimation, who had a bit of a crazy take. And was advocating for her audience to go and report and take down videos because she didn't like them. So, I guess that's probably the TLDR for both of them. Is it going to be ASI or Ilimation? This one's close. This one's close. Well, it's less close now. It's less close now. Get your vote. Oh, no, it's back to close. It's back to close. Back to fairly in the middle. With every vote, you can alter the navigation. You know, we do have quite a small sample size voting. 50 people watching, 20 are voting. I think it does seem a little bit more conclusive now, though. There's 60-40 right now. I'll leave it for another 10 seconds. If you want to take your vote, do it now. Go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. KSI takes it with 60% of the vote. Ilimation, you're out. On to the quarters. Dr. Disrespect versus YaNike. I think I'm just going to put up the poll now. I'm just going to put up the poll. Again, Dr. Disrespect messaged Kid. YaNike poured shite down people on the metro. Let's put this in. So remember, Dr. Disrespect fired from Twitch because he messaged minors. Said they weren't going anywhere, might have also cheated on his wife. YaNike is in legal trouble because he wanted to make prank videos where he poured buckets of shit down people's backs. I seriously hate this guy. But Dr. Disrespect is winning by a country mile. I thought it was going to be closer, weirdly enough, but no. To be fair, Dr. Disrespect, he could win the entire thing, Dr. Disrespect. He could win the entire thing. I mean, right now, it's going to be Dr. Disrespect over YaNike, isn't it? It's going to be 20 votes. It's Dr. Disrespect. YaNike is gone. Save that for later. I question who might be able to beat him. Johnny Somali versus Tuah. Johnny Somali, again. Pretty racist. Horrible. Keeps getting beaten up. He probably will go to Korean prison for all of the shit he's been doing. Tuah scammed her audience. She was given a golden ticket to fame and success, and she's thrown that all away. She's thrown it all away. Will it be Johnny, Somali, or Tuah? By the way, guys, I'm probably going to be streaming a lot more in the near future. So if you guys like the stream, yeah, I'm planning to stream, planning to get into it a little bit more. Right now, basically, I'm making one more video, maybe two, but probably one, and then I'm going to go home for Christmas. And I'm going to take some weeks off because I'm pretty burnt out. I'm going to take some time off during Christmas. And I think when I come back to like my house, by, you know, outside my parents' house, when I come back to my house, I'm probably going to stream a little bit and hang out with you guys. So yeah, we'll see. You know, I think I want to just carry on streaming, see where it can go, hopefully like rally more audience members and stuff so we can get streams with like hundreds of people in at a time. It'd be really cool. So I think that's probably on the agenda for 2025. I think I found myself a setup where it works. And yeah, so Johnny Somali has won. Johnny Somali is in the semi-finals of the Drama Dome. He has won his blue side. He's come out victorious out of all of those people on the blue side. Now, so Wilbur's out. Disrespect still in. Somali Beast. Mr. Beast. Do I need to say anything? Mr. Beast or Boogie? I don't think I'm going to say anything. I'm going to say Boogie, scammed, faked cancer. Beast, hired someone on the register. Lots of allegations about, yeah, might have scammed his audience with Crypto 2, dangerous sets, might have stolen, like, Gamer Girl undies and stuff. They never spoke about that in the tell-all. Sexual misconduct of the company. All of these allegations, illegal lotteries. Let me start the poll. Is it, yeah, Mr. Beast? Sorry if you can hear that, guys. That's my Duolingo. I'll be back in just a moment. There you go. Oh, Boogie got massacred. Boogie got massacred. Alright. Alright, Boogie is out. I think I can see how this is going to go. I think I can predict now who's going to be in the finals. Next up, Ava Chris Tyson versus KSI. Ava, obviously, again. I think my lip's bleeding, actually. Ava Chris Tyson might have groomed. They did buy art from Shabman, who has made CP in the past. Might have essayed. KSI scammed his audience. He made this atrocity. Collaborated with a known scammer. He made that video. He had all this like weird clap back against Dan TDM, who people clearly like more than him. He's ruined a lot of his integrity and legacy. Let me end that poll and I'll put up a new one. Ava Chris Tyson or KSI? But yeah, guys, yeah, so I think I'm going to stream more next year. If there's anything you guys want to see, I'm thinking of streaming on YouTube, just because that's where most of my audience is. I did stream on Twitch a couple of years ago. Like 2 years ago now. I streamed Stray. I played the game Stray, and I live streamed it. I don't think I'll be doing gaming streams, but I'll figure something out. Like, whether it be like reacting to drama or something. I am probably gonna stray away from drama next year, like drama content. Just because it's not as appealing to me anymore. I'll figure something out. And we'll go from there. But Ava Chris Tyson is gonna beat KSI. Ava Chris Tyson has beaten KSI. So, now we are into the quarters. Oh, sorry, the semis. Okay. Dr. Disrespect sent explicit messages to minors. Johnny Somali might go to Korean prison. What are we saying here? Dr. Disrespect was, he was respected. He was respected. Now people know that he tried to contact a minor and might have cheated on his wife to do so. Johnny Somali, public nuisance, racist against Asians, will probably end up in Korean prison. Did I put the poll in? Or did I not? Because my thing just crashed. Sorry, well, I'm going to have to load that back up. Sorry, guys. Just give me a sec. I don't know if the poll's in. Did I put the poll in? No, I did not. Okay, let me put the poll in. Okay, so it is Dr. Disrespect versus Johnny Somali. Yeah, Moon, I think you're right. If I'm going to do something, if I'm going to do streams, I'm going to try and have as much audience interaction as possible. There we go. Okay, it's in, and it looks like a bit of a blowout. I won't lie. It looks like 2/3 of people have voted for one, even 3/4. I had predicted that Dr. Disrespect was going to make it to the final, and he will be. Put him up here. The Drama Dome 2024 has its first finalist. Dr. Disrespect is in the final. So now, for the moment you've all been waiting for. Johnny Somali, goodbye. MrBeast versus Ava Chris Tyson. Who has had the bigger downfall out of these two? That is an interesting question. Ava Chris Tyson probably did worse things, but Ava Chris Tyson was not the head. MrBeast was. MrBeast, I think it's more for him to go down than Ava, because Ava was always the right-hand person. But I also think that it would be impossible for Ava to come back, I think. Ava is never coming back from this. MrBeast still probably could. At LK, this is not the first year I've done the Drama Dome. I did it last year as well. And last year, Illuminati won. The finals, I remember the final was Illuminati and Ruby Frankie, sorry. Okay, here we go. Ava Chris Tyson versus MrBeast. In red, in the red corner, we have Ava Chris Tyson. In the blue corner, we have MrBeast. This is neck and neck right now. 5 votes apiece. Do you vote for the consequences? Is it the bigger they are, the harder they fall? Or do you go purely for the controversy, you know, swing and a miss? And oh my god, it's going back and forth right now, guys. The poll's going one way. It's getting yeeted the other way. It's going one way. It's going the other way. Oh my god, guys. This is insane. The Drama Dome is really heating up, ladies and gentlemen. Get your votes in now. Get them in. I'm going to give you guys 20 seconds. MrBeast could come back, but MrBeast is also, he's lost brand deals. He's lost respect. Ava Chris Tyson lost their job. Lost, I mean, they're a punchline now. I'm going to give 10. We got 42 people watching this. We got 19 votes. A couple of you guys haven't voted yet. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ava Chris Tyson has defeated, slain, if you will, MrBeast. I would have thought you guys were going to give it to MrBeast. But the Drama Dome is full of shock and surprise. And so, we have our second finalist, Ava Chris Tyson. I honestly thought that MrBeast was going to win the entire thing. Maybe next year we should put bets. Maybe next year we should put some money on the line and see if the bookies can win. So we've had an amazing time here, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, we've got a predator. I'd like to call this a predator derby. A predator derby coming up now. We've had an amazing time. We've seen the likes of Cody Ko, Moist Critical, Dr. Disrespect, Quackity, Embrace of Shadows, Watcher, YaNike, Master Oogway, Jack Doherty, Wilbur Soot, Sean Evans, Johnny Somali, Puns, Tuah, Dogpack, Chuggaaconroy, KatyBugs, MrBeast, Ludwig, Daisy Marquez, Boogie, Vorsh, Anthpo, Marquez Brownlee, Ava Chris Tyson, I'm Alex, Anthony Fantano, Asmongold, Logan Paul, KSI, JCS, and Ilimation. The title is on the line and it ends here. It ends here and now. Who do you guys think has had the biggest downfall of 2024? I should get some dramatic music next year. I'll get some dramatic music to play. I don't need this soppy lo-fi. I'm going to turn the lo-fi off. I'm going to turn the lo-fi off for a sec. This is serious. This is you and me. It is the final. Do you back the red corner in Dr. Disrespect, or do you back the purple corner in Ava, Chris, Tyson? It's time for Democracy Manifest as I click to start the poll. Who has had the biggest downfall of 2024, ladies and gents? I don't even want to look. I don't even want to look. I'm going to open my eyes in a few short moments. I'm just going to talk to you guys, you the viewer. I'm not going to look at the chat. We've had such an amazing time here tonight. Thank you very much for coming along. I absolutely love live streams. Being able to interact with you guys live is so cool, and it's so great to see you guys come out. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and Twitter if you have them, at FoxAkimbo for everything. Go follow my podcast if you haven't already. And yeah, I think this will probably be my last live stream of the year. I have one more video to make, and I have a compilation that I'm probably going to make. This will go up. This will go up anyway. This is going to be, 3 hours and 20 minutes. And we have a winner, ladies and gents. It's actually quite a decisive winner. It's not down the middle as much as I thought it would be. But with seemingly 2/3 of the vote, it's time to announce Ava Chris Tyson as the winner of the Drama Dome. Thank you, LK, you fucking legend. You legend. I love you, LK. Thank you for the $2. Very much appreciated. Very much appreciated. The winner of the Drama Dome 2024, Ava Chris Tyson. Let me get a little drop shadow. Let me get a little stroke on that. Let me get biggest downfall of 2024. We'll put this up on Twitter so people can see. The biggest downfall voted by you, my audience, Ava Chris Tyson. Who would have thought? Who would have thought this would be the case at the start of the year? You never know. You never know with the Drama Dome just who's going to come in, who's going to, change the game. So we have had the Hall of Fame for the Drama Dome is Illuminati and Ava Chris Tyson. We'll find out next year, guys. We'll find out next year who will join the likes of Illuminati and Ava Chris Tyson. It's been an absolute blast. It's been 3.5 hours. You could have watched Avengers Endgame in that time. But you never know with the Drama Dome. You never know what's going to happen. Anything can happen in the Drama Dome. So yeah, I want to thank you guys very much for watching. Make sure to, subscribe, watch more of my videos. It helps me out a ton. And yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube, I really hope you've had a good time watching.